All right, here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in whatever part of the world you are. And thank you if you're watching this as a replay. I appreciate every view that we get, every thumbs up that we get. It means a lot to us to do it. We love bringing this show to you guys every week. As you can see, we got mostly new panel from last week, but we got some returning guests. As you see, we have Ashton's EDC, we have Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, of course, Tom from Knife Delights, and Gunslinger Cal himself, old Kalen. Yeah, he's down there holding the fort down in Texas. Good man. We love our Texas brothers. Isn't that right, Mr. Richter? He's in the audience today over in the chat box. We got Sean and Randy from Georgia Adventure, Randy's WSG, Crispy Critter. Mike Curtis will be joining us in a little bit. We got Radio Geek. All kinds of guys are here in the Twang Thing is here. Jesse McJames is there. Where have you landed? Oh, I don't know. I think you landed on the best knife show that they have on the internet every week. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
There you go. We're holding a high standard of something. Anyways,
high standards.
Exactly.
You have me on, and you're talking about high standards.
Well, somebody had to talk about. Hey, Jeff, glad to see you're here. Baxter's Blades is here. Hi, Andrew. Pepper Dingo is here. Man, I got all my good friends are coming in. This is awesome. All right. Well, I wanted to talk about a couple of milestones that we got. Gunslinger Cal, his channel just hit 250 subscribers this week. So hats off to you. And also, so did Ashton's EDC, which is awesome because I think when I subscribed to you, you only had like about 238 or something. And so hopefully I was 239, but we got you pushed over that 250 mark. So if you guys have not watched either of their channels, do me a favor, go over and check their stuff out. Give them a sub and watch a couple of their videos, and let's get these guys on to 500. So we can do that. We'll do as much of that as we can. Hey, Stacy, glad to see you're here. So all kinds of good stuff going on. Also, another new channel that I want to shout out that he's been getting shout outs this week, and that's the Knife Doctor. So definitely go over there, check him out, give him a sub, and watch some of his videos because I think he's interesting. And we're going to see if we can't line him up to be here in the next couple of weeks or so. I'll get with him and we'll schedule a time that he can be here, and hopefully some of you guys can be on there too, Terry and Cal. Hopefully you guys can return for that one as well.
There's many a Sundays when we do need a doctor. That's for sure.
I think that's about every Sunday, isn't it? So
listen, I'm putting links to all the channels up here in the talk box. So make sure you visit all these channels. Hit that subscribe button for everybody. It's a real pleasure to be able to introduce new channels, have new channels here on the chat, and help promote one another and just promote the community in general.
Absolutely. And remember, YouTube plays a kind of a silly game where it's not enough just to sub to a channel anymore, but really you need to go interact with a video. So if you can, even watch just one video, if you give it a thumbs up, that'll keep the sub. If you leave a comment, that'll keep the sub. But if you just go over there and just sub, then sometimes that will fall off because YouTube thinks, they don't just go off of subs. They want to see that somebody's interacting with the channel. So that really helps out a lot to keep that subscriber count up.
Just a quick comment of great video, or thanks for the video, or I enjoyed this, thanks. Something quick. That interaction with that channel really helps with the YouTube algorithm and such.
It sure does, and so since that's kind of the way they play it, that's the way we have to do it too. So, for sure. Anyways, I thought maybe we'd be different this week and talk about knives. So
good idea.
Oh, thanks, Crispy Critter. He's been a member for 7 months. Yeah, it does. Time does fly. Thank you for being a part of the regiment. And Crispy, if I haven't sent you some channel stickers, please send me an email at rjsknives@gmail.com. and I'll send some out to you. And so that would be awesome. Hey, Sharp Guy, I see you're here too. So, oh, and Addicted to Blades too is here also. Awesome. Yeah, one of your neighbors, Tom.
I know it, but I bet he didn't get snow like we did.
Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Wait, how do I do that? How do you become a member of the regiment? There should be a thing if you go to my channel that says join the channel. But if you don't see that, you can go to the description box of any of my videos, and I have a link where you can go and become a member of RJ's regiment. And when you become a member, just let me know and give me your address. I will send out some channel stickers to you, and then you can definitely, as Richter told me, when you put a knife channel sticker on your car or truck, then that for sure will add 10 horsepower to your motor right there. Twank Thang 68, he's been a member for 8 months. Fantastic, Twank Thang. Thank you so much for being a part of the regiment. One of the things I have started, but I kind of stopped, and I need to start it again, was I was doing a monthly giveaway for my regiment members. And so that reminds me, it's getting close to that time of year where we're all giving gifts and stuff anyway. So I'll start doing that again. I'm sorry, I kind of fell off. I've been super busy. This has been an extremely crazy month for me. I've really put in a lot of hours at work, and things are crazy because we're a little shorthanded. So we all been filling in where we can. So it's one of those things that when you don't come home until 7 or 8 o'clock at night, you kind of don't feel like doing anything.
No,
but that's not every night, just some nights. And so you'll have to forgive me, because there was a time there recently, I think I went about 2 weeks without putting out a new video because I just did not have time to make a video or anything. So that's why you got a bumper crop this last week of videos, because I went and I made a ton of them, and I had enough to release one every day this last week. But I don't generally do that many releases in a week. But you guys were the beneficiaries of me having a bunch of videos, So I generally try to keep it to about 3 a week plus a live show, and that's plenty if you really want to know the truth. But well, that's plenty for me to make. May not be plenty for you guys to watch. But let me know here in the talk box. You guys want to see more, less, about the same? That's always helpful, since I have a chance to actually talk to you guys right now. Anyways, Ashton, why don't you take over here and tell us a little bit about your channel, kind of what your channel is about, what kind of things you show on your channel, and things of that nature. And then we'll do the same thing with you, Cal. Oh, thank you. Twank Thang just gifted a RJ's Knives membership. Who's the recipient, Tom? Can you tell yet?
The recipient is, Sharp Guy ATX.
Awesome. Well, Sharp
Thank
Guy,
you, Twank Thang.
Yep.
Let me tell you, everybody, I think it's $3.20 a month. It's the best money I spend all month. I gave up my bubble gum money just so I could join RJ's regiment. So I gave up the bad habit of bubble gum, and now investing in this great channel. RJ's a great guy. Let's help support him.
Yes, thank you, Tom. And definitely, if you guys, as you know, all of us are just young, struggling channels, as it were, and anytime you can subscribe to us and do all that stuff, we'll be good. I don't know. EDC is asking if YouTube is buffering. I can't tell if it's buffering on my end. How about you guys? Are you seeing any kind of lag or delay?
I'm doing fine here.
No, seems good for me too.
Okay. Yeah, it may be your internet there, EDC. I don't know.
Hey, the knife doctor is in the room now.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Knife Doctor, we were just talking about you.
How you
We're
doing,
gonna
bud?
get you on the show here in a couple weeks when you're ready. All righty. So Ashton, we'll go back to you, and you can tell people about your channel and what you're all about.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I talk about everyday carry. So a lot of stuff is about pocket knives, but I also talk about flashlights, pouches, all sorts of just things that I like to use and I think are cool. kind of started my channel just at the end of July. It's been really growing since then, which has been pretty awesome and fun to be able to be a part of this community too, which is really cool. Yeah, I talk about all sorts of things related to everyday carry. So a lot of gadgets and just different things that I like to work on. I'm always tinkering with something and trying to build some kits and different things to help me in my day. So yeah, feel free to check out my channel. I'm always trying to come out with some different stuff and just share my collection and yeah, just the different things that I've got. I'm working on and the items in my collection: pocket knives, flashlights, Victorinox with army knives, all sorts of things.
Awesome. Yeah, we don't talk about multi-tools much on this channel, right, Tom?
It was a great idea. Stop rubbing it in. It was a great idea to talk about multi-tools. It's not my fault. It flopped. If we had a better host promoting the multi-tools, it would have been a success.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
You just hung me out to dry, RJ.
Oh, not really. I thought it was a good idea too. Sometimes
I don't know why, but that topic sure flopped, didn't it?
Wasn't our best effort,
No.
I guess. But
No.
Hey, multi-tools have knives on them too. So
thank goodness.
All right, Cal, do you want to talk about your channel a little bit and kind of what you're up to?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a knife enthusiast, collector, reviewer, I guess. I also intend on building knives, pocket knives, slip joints to be exact. And that's where I'm starting at least. So that's what I've been doing lately. If y'all watch my channel, y'all know I've been working on a couple of knives here lately. And this is the one I'm most proud of at this point. It's just a single blade trapper. And I've just got the liners put together and the blade ground down. But I should have this one done this week. And
yeah, that is such a nice blade shape.
Yeah, it's already got snap and up and down. So there's the clip point blade. It has kind of a long pull swedge, but that's as far as I went with it. And,
that is sweet.
Yeah. And it also have a little lanyard hole on all of my knives. So I know that's becoming a popular thing. So.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Other than that, I really like collecting old traditional knives. I mainly collect case knives and Soligen-made knives over there in Germany. So it's kind of where my collection stays. And I don't mind that for now. So.
Very good. Then we got Terry. If you want to talk about your channel, where are you at as far as subscribers nowadays? I didn't check before we started.
Before we started today, I was at 419.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I was at 419. I think I uploaded my first video less than 90 days ago.
Wow, that is amazing.
Well, I've had a lot of help from all of you guys too. I've had a lot of help from the community, and it's been great. It's been great. But my channel is Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, and I know it's kind of an odd name. It's just when I finally decided to do this, I like pocket knives and stuff like that, but I also like what we call man stuff. I like old barns and stuff like that, and old cars and Zippo lighters and, just flashlight, man stuff.
Exactly.
And it goes all the way back to when I was a young guy and a teenager. It's a phrase that my daddy used to use. And somebody would ask him, what you been up to or what you doing? He'd sort of rear back a little bit, and he's just knocking about doing man stuff.
Yep.
In other words, he wasn't going to tell you what he'd been up to.
That's right.
I just done it that way. And, I mainly, 99% of my collection is slip joints, and probably 75-80% of that is Stockman's or multi-bladed knives. And as of late, I am really getting into EDC size fixed blades. That's kind of my passion right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so Joe, some people are saying the video is buffering, but we seem to be okay on our end. So I don't know what's happening with YouTube, if they're having an issue or not. But no, I hope it corrects itself here soon. That's for sure. Yeah, so very good, Terry. That's awesome. I think that guys in general are just into that kind of stuff. I think, that's what, people used to ask me years ago, like for gift suggestions for a guy. And I used to say the same thing, get him a knife, a flashlight, or a watch, and you're good. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Twank thing just gifted another membership.
Yes.
Tom?
And Watch City Knives was the recipient.
Nice.
Well, congratulations.
Hey, I have to interject something here, RJ.
Yes,
we
sir.
are an equal opportunity show, and I know that Stacy's Bolsters Blades happens to be in the audience here today. So let us not forget those of the fairer sex.
Oh, that's true. I wasn't discounting her being here at all. I was just talking about guy stuff. But yeah, I mean, that was one of those things that if somebody was wondering about a gift, that was how I'd steer it. Was that way, because you can't go wrong. I mean, most guys are happy to get any one of those three things, and you can't have enough. So Watch City Knives, send me an email, rjsknives@gmail.com. I'll send you out some channel stickers. So that is awesome. You guys are gifting memberships and everything. That is so cool. That's a really nice thing to do for somebody. All right. So shall we go ahead and start with some knives? Who would like to go first?
What you got, Kaylin?
All right. Let me bring it up full screen.
Who? Me? I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been really collecting 1988 knives. It was the year I was born, and so I figured I'd start collecting those. And I got this one this week. This was the box that it came in. It was bought at Kmart in 1988. And you can still kind of see the price tag on there is $24. But there's another price tag right here. And you can read the first two numbers. And it was actually, like you were saying, RJ, it was $15 and some change for this bone scrapper right here.
Nice.
$15 to $24.
That's awesome.
And it has a very, very peculiar blade shape and tang. And I don't know if you can see that grind on it.
What is that, like a hollow grind?
Interesting.
But yeah, it is like that on the other one as well.
You know what? I know what that is. That is Zen and I were talking about that. That is in 1985, I believe. They had Case decided to do what they called their new grind knives or whatever. I forget the exact name it was, but that was what they did. It only lasted for a few years, but they put that grind on the knives, and then they went back to their regular grind after that, because I guess they didn't sell as well.
Very interesting. Well, yeah, this one has that grind then, the new grind.
Yeah. Well, that would be
that makes
that
it
would
pretty
also
rare.
be in the years that Jim Parker was there too.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it came out around the same time they tried to do New Coke. So for those of you that are of a certain vintage and you remember New Coke.
Yes.
But just incredible colors on the bone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's a beautiful knife.
yeah, appreciate it.
That is so cool. Yeah, so that's a rare one. Yeah, you don't see as many.
No,
Of those. You don't see as many of those. All right, Ashton, did you want to show a knife?
Sure.
All right.
So yeah, I've got this from Rough Rider. This is a recent edition. This is their classic Stockman in G10. It's got the 3 blades, obviously the clip point, spay blade, and the sheep's foot blade. And then it has G10, 2 colors of G10. Got this green and then kind of this like tan or brown, which are kind of showing off as bolsters, but just a really nice knife. Kind of my first, or one of my first kind of traditional knives, and I just really love it. I love all 3 of the blades. It's got pretty nice snappy action. Sorry, I'm not holding that on camera there. Yeah, just a really nice knife. It does have like screws here, which is, so it is adjustable, which was good because when I got it, they didn't open very smoothly and they were just kind of soft and didn't feel very secure. But just with the few adjustments, now all the blades are really nice and snappy. They've all got the half stop there, and just a really nice knife. I've been having this in my pocket for quite a while since I got it. Which is probably about a month ago at this point. And yeah, just a really nice knife from Rough Rider that I've got.
Very nice. Yeah, once you start carrying those traditional knives, it gets in your blood, and you want to carry more and try out different patterns and all that other kind of stuff. Have you thought about other patterns you may want to carry, Ashton, besides this?
Not yet, no, but I don't know. I'll just kind of as I go see what kind of patterns I like, and but for now, this one's one that I really enjoy. So we'll see.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, Terry, I see you had a knife you wanted to show.
Yeah, I was telling you, how I am really getting into the EDC size fixed blades, and of course I've had this one for a while, but it is a weekend knife, and if y'all can see that. I know it's backwards, but
oh yeah, yeah, you got a little scrimshaw on there.
They're made in Alaska. I think it's Richards or Richardson. I had showed it to Andrew over at Baxter's Blades, and he looked it all up and sent it because I didn't know exactly what I had. It was a gift. It's got the crown stag on it, and like a 1095 blade steel. I got a slightly over an extra large size hand, and it really works good. And doing the kind of work that I do and working around the place here, these type of knives really work out good for me as far as a quick use, just to get them off my hip and to use them. I just really got hip to them. And but this is a weekend knife. I don't carry it to work. So as of late, I've been sort of just buying budget knives to see if I really wanted to do it. And I've been carrying, like I bought this one at Tractor Supply, some Mossy Oak. Brought it home, sharpened it up. Really works well. So, we talked about, you said, where are we going with our collection? Well, one of the things, and I've got several sharp fingers. I've got this one that's well over 30 years old. That's
used. That's a well-used knife.
Oh, no doubt. I can't believe I've had it 30 years and hadn't broke it. It's just the grace of God, I ain't broke it.
Yeah.
You can't carry just one sharp finger. You got to carry 2 and 1 in each hand.
You're just about right, brother. You're just about right. Because the one I had before that, I did break. you know. And once you break the tip off them, they bite useless. And is it okay if I go ahead and show another one, RJ?
Of course.
What I got is that old rascal, Knife Delights, had gifted me this map. And when he gifted me this, then it just fell right into 100% what I wanted, what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And when I say EDC fixed blade for me is 6.5 inches to 7.5 inches. That's kind of what works for me.
Right.
And this is 7 inches. And then when we went to the case event, George Adventurer made me a sheath for it, and I just got it in the mail yesterday. And that's it just all works out perfectly. And if the Knife Doctor is still watching, he and I got a collaboration coming, and next month I'm going to be taking this over to him, and we're going to be rehandling it.
Nice.
Rescaling it. I still call them handles. I don't know where this business come in with scales and covers, but it's a handle. See right here, you put your hand on it, you handle it.
It came with, I think it came with the modern knives coming out. I think that's
it did. If we can do it, we're gonna do a stag handle. If not, we'll do a wood handle. But that's gonna be up to him and what he can do. So we're gonna do that. And that's just where I'm going with it. So now I'm really, really, really interested in these. And George Adventurer had shouted out, he bought a knife from the Very Good Knife Company up in Clayton, Georgia. And I go to their website and look at them knives about every other day. So hopefully Santa Claus is gonna bring me one of them. And between case knives in my right front pocket and these right here on my hip, that's kind of where I'm going.
Oh yeah, you're set. You're set with that. Now I'm going to echo Zen Ali was talking about sharp fingers too. And welcome, Zen. In fact, I have a question for you, Zen, in just a second. But we were, I love sharp fingers, and I do. I think that's probably one of the coolest knives out there. I love the shape of them, and they're so small, so lightweight, so handy. It's just a great knife. It doesn't really matter what vintage you get. They are awesome. Oh, okay. Cal's got a couple. I'm going to bring you up full screen. I didn't bring any out, but I could bring some out. But yeah, they are just so awesome. I love them. But Zen, Cal had I believe it's the New Grind case knife from 1988. And is that what it was called? The New Grind? Is that correct? I remember we talked about it about a month or so back, but I forgot about it, the exact name. But he brought one out, and I identified it pretty quick. I was like, oh, okay, I see the grind on there. But is that what they were called? I don't remember. And I'm gonna have to check out that Very Good Knife Company. I'm not familiar with them. So, thank you.
Definitely check them out. It's just exactly like it says. The Very Good Knife Company, Clayton, Georgia.
Yep. Thank you, Jesse, for subscribing to Knife Doctor. I know he's going to appreciate that. Oh yeah, those charades are excellent. You had a couple you wanted to show there, Terry. You had pulled up a couple of sharp fingers.
Well, I only have the one real sharp finger that I've had for over 25 years. But then, and I got another. I've done I think I done a 2 for Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Or I done a 3 for Thursday a while back, and I've got 3 of them. I got the original one, and then I've got the new China made one that I compared with it, and it's somewhere else. But then I've got this is by Chipaway, which is a Frost brand, and it's a lot thicker. It's got much thicker stock and all that. And
you got some meat on there.
But I worked it down and got a real good edge on it. But the reason I bought it is I want you to look. I mean, the bone. Look at the bone on this knife.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's sweet.
That's really is.
Good looking bone.
That's what amazes me on some of these, cheaper knives. Is how in the world do you do it?
I don't know. but they do it well. That's for
They
sure.
really do. I mean, the fit and finish on this knife is just as good as this one from 1973. Really.
Yeah.
Now, the carbon steel, of course, is to me, number
Right.
one. But I mean, the fit and finish is really good.
Yeah. And I don't mind a stainless steel for what those are made for, to be a knife that's processing game and stuff. I mean, there's nothing wrong if the carbon will definitely patina if you're processing game and stuff, but a stainless will work just as well, so that's all good as far as I'm concerned.
Kalen's got a new case fixed blade. I don't know if he's got it close enough to show it. We've talked about it.
Oh,
but he's got one he needs to show because
okay. Well, we're going back to you, Kalen.
Okay, somebody else can go after this. I don't want to hog the show, but
it's okay. We got plenty of time, and there is no hogging. So go ahead.
I picked up a Case Select.
Nice.
Fixed blade. It is a 678-3.5. And
Wow.
it's in stainless steel. The research I did was that these are all made to be perfect, and if they're not perfect, they don't get the select stamp. And what's deemed perfect, the shop master is the only one to touch it after that, and he finishes it out and hand hones it. So,
Wow.
I've
never seen that one before.
Yeah, I wanted to show it. I guess it was 2 shows ago. I think we had our fixed blades out at some point, and I had mentioned that I had one coming, but I didn't have it yet. And
yeah,
this thing is an incredible knife.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It has the I don't know what that shield is there. Kind of just what would y'all call that? Can y'all see that? I know my camera doesn't show the shape very well, but
got a little hump in the middle.
Yeah, it's got a different shape to it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's swelled in the center. It's got like a swelling in the center.
Would it be like a Saturn?
Georgia Adventures asked if that was a slab hunter. If that's
Yeah.
what that's called.
This is a slab hunter. This is exactly what
Nice.
this is. But
I
yeah,
don't mind telling you, one of those right there is my grail. I one of these days I will get one of them.
I honestly I don't know what these are even worth, especially it being a Case Select knife. I paid $187 for this one, and I mean I think it's absolutely worth it. But to me, it's probably priceless.
That is so cool.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, well, you can take a breather, Cal. I think you did great. That was beautiful. Well, I did these. You guys have seen the videos on this, but I've been kind of getting into some of these modern slip joints, and I picked up this little Boker Atlas Plus with the copper scales, and it's just been a really fun knife, and I like that it's a slip joint. I like that it's so thin. It's just a really great knife shape, kind of a spear point blade, and it's just very handy. Disappears in your pocket. I still have to take the pocket clip off. I haven't done that yet because the pocket clip was the only disappointment. You can see the heads of the screws that they put in there. They really needed to put in a different set of screws, but it's really a fine knife. I like it a lot. Another one that I got that is in that vein is this brother knife. With the VG10 steel. Nice kind of a half stop, but again, really great knife, with the little G10 handle. It's got the lanyard hole. So again, another nice modern style blade. And so I've been looking for ones. I need to get one of the Real Steel Lunas, because I guess that's another popular modern type. Of course, when I think modern, of course, I go with my old Roper Pecos, because this is just a fun knife to have, and it's got a pocket clip and a thumb stud. Tom even liked this knife, so there you go. It gets the Knife Delight's seal of approval. I mean, you can barely see where he welded the tip back on. So, and of course, this is in carbon steel. They're 1065. So a nice little one-handed knife. So that's kind of one of the things I've been looking at in my collection. And we'll go on. I know that Tom's probably going to show us something about a buck knife or so. Are you wiping tears away, Tom?
If I had feelings, they'd be hurt, RJ.
I know that's not true, because the Navy beat your feelings out of you.
That's right.
You're 6 months in.
You leave them at the front gate at recruit training. That's for sure. Hey, RJ, I'd like to ask a favor of everyone there in the talk box. I'm seeing some new channels out there that I haven't seen before. If you're a channel with less than 100 subscribers, please say hello, Knife Delights. We want to highlight those of you. I see there's a couple out there that are well under 100, like they're just getting started out. So if you're a channel under 100 subscribers, please leave me a note up here in the talk box. I'll put your channel up again, and we'll try to mention it.
Absolutely, because we're all about sharing the love, and it's also fun for us to discover new knife channels to watch, and to new friends to make, and everything else. It's a lot of fun for us as well. And then we're always looking for anybody. If you're a newer channel, if you'd like to come join us on the live stream, let me or Tom know, and we can get you scheduled in there, because we're always glad to shine that spotlight onto newer channels, and to get them the exposure they need, so we can welcome you into the community and have a great time doing it. Did you have any knives you wanted to show, Tom? Did you want to talk about your burgeoning buck collection? I think you've only bought a couple, but I think it's getting bigger, right?
Yeah, I've gained a few, yeah. But the ones I want to talk about are a couple of them that I didn't buy.
Oh,
you
nice.
see, there is this fine, upstanding gentleman. I suppose I should name him. I think his name is Kalen. He's from Texas, way down south. Yeah, but he's a good old boy, because look at what he sent me. Look at this buck muskrat.
That is beautiful.
Red bone.
Awesome.
This came in a collector's tin, and I'll show you the tin here in a minute. Let me see here. There it is. Collector's edition, 2006.
It was a good year.
I'm ignoring you, Gary. I'm ignoring you. So anyway.
I love the red on that one.
What's that?
I love the red color of the.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
And this is just only one of two, because also in the collector's tin was this mini trapper. Is that not a gorgeous little knife?
Nice.
What a perfect little fifth pocket knife. And the bone is done very well.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It is. I did not know that this collector set existed, this tin. They've been putting them out for many years. Of course, I only started really looking at knives or collecting in 2018 or so. So there's a lot of these older sets out there that I'm not even aware of. Just gorgeous. And this is what the tin looks like.
That's cool.
I'm glad I could check off one of your boxes.
You sure did. Thank you so much. I mean, this was unexpected. Man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It only made sense. It only made sense in my head.
Well, again, I thank you so much. And I've been so blessed here lately. Just the outpouring of support has just been tremendous. So I just want to thank everybody. And being on RJ's live here, if everyone doesn't know this by now, RJ is such a close friend. RJ really did a lot to get me going. I'm blessed to have him as a friend, and I want to thank him personally right now. Thank you for all you've done for me and everyone else in the knife community, RJ.
Well, thank you, Tom. That's very kind of you. I do appreciate that. And I'm so thankful for our friendship because it's one of those things that, Tom and I met through this crazy YouTube thing, and we just kind of hit it off. And when I started the live streams and stuff, he was gracious enough to join me, and we've had a lot of fun over the last year or so making these things and doing stuff on your channel, doing stuff on my channel, having little collaborations and everything. It's just been fun, and it's that definitely is a blessing to me to be able to meet basically the people that are in our tribe, because they're all our people. We could all go sit down and just have a fantastic time if we could all meet face to face. It'd be wonderful. But it's so cool to see that we have friends all around the world. And all the different parts of America and everything. It's just really, really good.
Yep, even a broken knife tip hasn't separated us.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even 2:00 in the morning live streams.
So the inside story on that is RJ sent me that Roper Pecos, and I carried it for a month or two, and so somehow the rumor got started on one of RJ's lives that I had broke the tip off on it,
and also that you'd lost it. You were looking,
and I'd lost.
Yeah.
Actually, I did lose it. No, I misplaced it, and I was panicking. I'm like, where in the world did this knife go? I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get this back. Maybe I can buy a new one and scuff it up a little bit and send it back, and he won't know. But I really did panic, but I found it.
It's not a goldfish.
But yeah.
Oh, hey, Big J, another great member of the knife community, Big J's Knives. And did you have an announcement about Big J's Knives, Terry? I think you might be a busy man today.
Yes, sir, I do. I have a little small announcement. 5:30 Eastern time. I'm going to be in Big J's Live tonight, and we talked on the phone the other night, and I told him, I said, son, we'll probably be all right. I said, I was on RJ's the week before. I said, he invited me back, so they didn't take him off the air, so maybe they won't take you off the air. But, I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we know people, Terry. They can't stop us now.
I heard that. The big ball's rolling, ain't it?
That's right. Oh, thank you, JB. Thank you for that contribution. I appreciate that.
Rolling. Well, some of what I'm wanting to do is, as everybody knows, I am all about a Stockman or even a jackknife. Not real keen on pen knives. I really prefer them all, but I like, mid-size to large-size jackknives. And when I say large, a large to me is 4 to 4 1/4. And but I've kind of gotten wanting to collect. I don't necessarily carry them too much because you have to carry 3 or 4 to have enough blades to suit me. But these single blade, this is a Queen Copperhead, and this is one of my prizes. The bone on this thing, I don't know how well it shows up.
It's beautiful.
Just fine.
The bone on this knife is absolutely, and according to the Tang stamp, I think this was kind of made in that last era, with the family thing or whatever, before they was closing up. But this one right here was made on a Wednesday or Thursday. It wasn't made on Monday, and it wasn't made on Friday. It's jam up and jelly tight all the way. The bone is beautiful. The fit and finish is impeccable. That's right. I'm a South Georgia boy, and I know some of them words. Impeccable. But I'm sort of wanting to sort of advance a little bit on my collection to some of these, I wouldn't say high-end knives, but maybe a little better quality single blades like that. And, I've got some other single blades that, maybe not higher quality, but, knives like this that are the single blades. Back last summer, I got my first sod buster,
That's
and
nice.
I'm kind of digging on them sod busters.
Yeah,
I know I just made Georgia Adventurer happy,
they're great knives.
and Michael Richter and Erica and all of y'all that are really big into these. Y'all causing me problems,
What color is that?
sir.
What color is that one?
Oh shoot, I didn't bring the box in it. It's a blue pocket worn.
Okay,
Let's
that's
see,
nice.
the date is this is 2022. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's blue pocket worn. But I bought this one at at Messer Hardware up in Bowden, Georgia. Georgia Venture knows exactly what I'm talking about. But they're a lot like not as big as Johnny's, but they got quite a few, and you can get some pretty good deals up there. But I think that's kind of where I'm going as far as collecting.
Right.
Between that and the EDC fixed blades, but the single blades like that, and I'm really digging on. I got quite a few of the canoes, and I haven't bought a canoe in quite some time. And when I done this tag for Slippy the other day, I got them all out, and I said, well, why in the world ain't I done bought some lately? So I've been sort of really searching for them too. So you know how it is.
Oh, I do. In fact, I'm going to put it out this week. I still have to make it, but I plan on putting out a canoe response to Slippy's tag also. So I got, and it was perfect timing because I just received a canoe as a gift from Mark Kaufman just about a week or so ago, and it's a beautiful knife. I'll save it for last in the open tag video, but it's one that I definitely want to research. And thank you, Knife Doctor. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Did you want to show off that knife, Cal?
Yeah.
All righty.
I got a sod buster too here.
Nice.
It's let me see if I can open it here. Kind of a tricky one. It comes apart, It just it's just a broken blade. I got in my head that I wanted to customize one of my Sodbuster Juniors.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I plan on doing. I just got to retrace out the blade and make a new blade for it. It had a bad heat treat is the reason it broke there.
Okay. I thought you let Tom borrow it.
Hey! I object.
Objection noted.
When I separate these, I take a separating knife and I come on the back side here where the back spring is, and that's where I separate it. And for some reason, I was whacking it right here, and wasn't even hitting the knife itself. I was hitting the back of the blade that I was using to separate it with, and the shock wave just, it snapped it off.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah.
Did it have any occlusions or anything that you could see in there? Anything in the middle?
No, nothing really noticeable. No pockets of air or anything like that. There's kind of a little. It's on this side.
Uh-huh.
The only thing I could really see is just like a little tiny nick in there. Maybe that was the soft spot there,
Yeah. But, just like a little stress fracture or something.
Yeah. And I thought the back springs on these were pretty cool.
That is neat.
The back pin there, it's not even it just rides there. It fits in that slot instead of having a hole. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
All the ones that I make have a hole, so that one just fits in that slot.
That's really interesting. I never took one apart, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when I put it back together. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. All right.
Who's next?
That'll be me. You can go next, Tom. I'll get it. One of the other knives that I reviewed this week was this Case Barlow with the purple barn board covers, and man, I'm impressed with this little Barlow. It's just well made, has half stops and everything, and I just absolutely love it. I cannot wait to get some more of these Case Barlows. They're just kind of a smaller knife. They're not that big, but man, what a really cool knife it is. And I love that it has half stops on it, and it actually has a really nice size pen blade for the secondary. So it's actually a very useful and usable knife. And I thought it was just so cool. I love the way they did the covers, because I just think, I don't know if it's going to show up. It's probably pretty dark on there, but I think the purple came out great. Now I don't plan on collecting like a bunch of purple knives or anything like that, but I just thought this was a really sweet example of what they can do, and that's something that I think we all kind of like.
How's the pull on that one?
I would say it's actually pretty good. I would say probably about I don't know. It could be about, I'd say probably a 4, maybe. I don't know. It's not that tight, but it's not that weak either. So I'd say it's right there in the middle.
Yeah,
but, pretty good. Hey, Stuart, I think you see Stuart Gross is here. I definitely have had knives with a lighter pull, that's for sure. But that one is not too bad. Did you want to go, Tom? Did you have something?
Well, I just had a question for Ashton, and I think we discussed it at the very beginning of the show, but I was kind of distracted doing other things. But so, Ashton, your channel's primarily EDC related items, but I did check it out. You do have some folding knives, and did I understand right? You're just now starting to get into the traditional knives. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I have on my channel, I'm kind of doing a series going through my entire folding knife collection by brand.
Okay.
Most of my knives up until recently are more modern, like Spyderco knives and Spyderco and that kind of thing. But yeah, more recently been getting into some more traditional knives, like this one that I showed off from Rough Rider. I've also got this little case, little mini trapper as well.
Right.
So yeah, I'm trying to get into some more traditional knives, just to there's so many knives out there and so many different styles, and I think it's cool to try and kind of explore and discover some different style of knives that are maybe totally unfamiliar from what I'm used to, but also really cool in that way at the same time.
So what kind of piqued your interest towards traditional knives? Just a wanting to explore more what's out there?
Also just watching some some of your guys' channels, and just slowly kind of gaining some more interest in traditional knives after watching some videos on slip joints and different styles and Stockmans and knives from Case, and just thought I would check it out. So
I don't know how many traditional knife, slip joint knife patterns you have, but do you have any that's kind of become your favorite a little bit, or some you like other than the others?
So far, the only ones that I have are really just the two that I mentioned.
Okay, sure.
I'm trying to think. I've got a few other small ones. I think. So one a type of knife that I want to get that might be on my list next is a canoe.
Sure.
I've seen them online. I just think they're super cool, and just like the design is really unique. So that's kind of might be on my list, because I really don't have that many. I've got a few other kind of small random ones that are slip joints but aren't really anything. I've got this little one from
Here, let me bring you up.
From Rake.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little tiny slip joint. So, you know,
Right.
I've got some of these ones that I've had for a while. And yeah, slowly I've kind of had a bit of a transition to not 100% like slip joint, but, you know, I have this buck bantam that's a bit more of a classic design. It is a
Yeah,
lockback, obviously, as you can see, but
That's a good little knife. Those bantams
so I
were a great
picked this
series.
one up for, I want to say it was like $25 or $30 or something like that, and it's really nice. I've been liking this one, so been kind of slowly transitioning, just to discover some more things. There hasn't been any kind of particular style that really kicked it off. There's lots of knives, and I have a pretty big collection of knives, and just thought, it's time for something new. To explore some different designs.
Just as a suggestion,
Yeah.
You got a lot of brands out there for traditional knives, such as Queen. What was some of the other? Queen makes some very nice. Of course, they're made overseas, so I mean, but they are budget. Marbles, of course, Rough Rider. The nice thing about those budget knives is it lets you explore not only the knife patterns to see if you like the pattern, but the different kinds of covers, inlays that they use. So, I would just encourage you to explore those.
Yeah, awesome. For sure. I definitely will.
I mean, Marbles makes a canoe, a white bone, just a plain white bone canoe. I bought 2 or 3 of them, and I've given them all away. But I mean, they were like $11 or $12 or something, and just fantastic fit and finish on them. Yeah. So check out these other brands
for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely echo what Tom is saying, because that's the best way to get into this hobby. You know, with slip joints, is definitely explore the budget brands, and a lot of those are really good knives. And then start exploring the more expensive ones as you feel more comfortable about what you're going to get and what you're looking for. You know, that's, I think, how I started too. Just trying out all kinds of different Rough Riders and everything, and then you start focusing on patterns.
Hey, Buck, Jerome reminded me, Buck has some good budget ones too. You can find in Walmart.
They sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. In fact, I just got gifted one. I was gonna. That's a good segue for that. I'll bring that up. Tom was nice enough to send me this buck trapper, and this is in a burlwood, which really looks nice.
Nice.
So you get the nice burlwood covers. Of course, the trapper layout. You get the nice clip blade, and then you get Jeroen's favorite, the good old spay blade. You know, so that's a really handy knife to have. Definitely a good pattern to try out. I might be prejudiced, I don't know, but what do you think, Tom? But another nice Rough Rider that has burlwood is this little lockback, and I still love little lockbacks. I think they're just a great little knife. Great for everyday carry, and this one just is very classy. I think with the brass bolsters and the burlwood, it just looks fantastic. You know, it got the little finger grooves that they fit right in there, so you get a nice locked in grip with it. But just a beautiful little knife, that's for sure.
That's real sharp.
So that's one of those things that I never really intended to have a burlwood sub collection, yet here I am. That's the other thing that'll happen, is you'll end up having a collection, and so it you know, all of a sudden you'll realize, wow, I really have a lot of these. You know. Yes, sir.
Cal's got one ready.
Yep, I see it.
I don't have any modern Barlows, unfortunately. Nothing's really caught my eye yet. And the reason I asked how hard your pull was on your knife, you can see me struggling with mine.
Yeah, it's not like that one. That's for sure.
This thing has to be like a 7 at least on the pull. It's quite strong. It is I think it's a 1975. Yeah, it's got 5 dots there underneath the USA, not between it.
Nice.
That was the, I guess, really the only difference in the 80s models and the 70s models was they moved the dots up in between the case and the USA instead of below it. It's got the case XX on the bolster there. It is the double bladed. It's a pin blade. I think the pull on that one's even stronger than the clip point.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same way on this modern one. The pen blade's slightly stronger than the main blade. But I'm always bad about guessing that number range because they rate the pull on the knives between I guess a 1 and a 9 or a 10, and like Patty always said, you'll know a 9 because you can't open it. But then I guess with a 1, you can just pretty much shake it and it just falls open. So it's in between, but it's also personal because everybody has different hand strength and stuff too. So
speaking of extremely hard pulls, this electrician knife, this is you got to make a face to open this knife.
Is that your electrician face?
That's my electrician face, hoping I don't get shocked. This is a 1979 case electrician knife. That's the liner lock for the wire stripping blade, and this one is the easier blade to open, and this other one, here we go. Yeah, it opened. It's beyond 10. It's ridiculous. It's just all the way up until it snaps. I mean, you're really just, and it's not gritty feeling or anything. It's just the strongest back spring I've ever felt in my collection, at least.
Yeah.
Liner lock.
You'll make a face when you close it the wrong way too.
That's right. It ain't moving. But really cool awesome. Wooden handles as well.
Yeah. So. That's so nice. I love those electrician knives. They are nice. And yes, I guess the difference between the TL29 and an electrician's knife is the TL29 was actually the ones that were issued by the military, and then just the commercial ones they just kind of call an electrician's knife. But we've all done videos on them and stuff. I think the one that Thrifty Kniffy did on the TL29 still is, if you want to know about the history of it and look at some great knives, go back and look at his. That's over a year old, but I think it's one of the better videos.
He did a very wonderful, YouTube. Very thorough history of the TL29. So it dates back to basically to World War I, and it was a military contract.
This one's a 31 here.
Wow.
I don't know if you're talking about the pattern on this.
No.
Yeah, the TL29. TL29 was a military designation. Okay. So when they first came out, it was World War I, and it was issued basically for those and working on the radios, running radio wire. I can't think of the right word, but anyway, TL29 is the military designation, and in the covers it would be stamped TL-29 in the covers. Okay. Gotcha. So that case electrician's knife you have there is the TL-29 style pattern.
Okay.
But
right.
So of course these companies made more than what they needed to fulfill the government contract. So like other excess military equipment, they got sent to like Army Navy stores and this and that, and you could buy them there. So just because it has TL-29 stamped in it doesn't mean it was actually issued to someone in the military. Right. It could just be surplus that they sold off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that stands for tool, linesman, number 15. So that, and then it was adopted around 1915, if I remember right from the video.
Somewhere. Signal Corps. That's what I was trying to think of. It was for the Signal Corps.
Right. There you go. But yeah, they're beautiful knives, and I have a whole sub collection of those too. I made videos on that, so I got, those are hanging out on my channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Jerome asked, buffering a lot. Is that just me? I think it is, Jerome. We're not having problems, but there's been a few other viewers talking about buffering problems.
Yeah. And then we did have a question for you, Ashton. One of the people was asking, what is the logo on your shirt? Because they thought they might be Pittsburgh, but
yeah, Pittsburgh Penguins. It's my favorite hockey team.
There you go. So we got that answered. So hopefully that solves that mystery for you guys. And let's see, anything else we need to? Did we miss anything in the talk box there, Tom?
Well, they're discussing the buffering.
Yeah.
And Jesse McJames says he has to restart the live.
Okay.
Watch City Knives says, yeah, mine keeps buffering. So it must be a YouTube problem at certain places.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, if you watch the replay, it will not be like that. So
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Apologize for that.
I've got a couple knives, some of you guys might be interested in. These are some old ones. I've got two. These actually belong to my grandfathers.
Oh, nice.
Kind of partly what prompted me to look into some more slip joints. These have been clearly pretty used and abused. This one is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is from Camillus. It does say there. Just has the two blades. I'm hoping to at some point kind of tune these up and make them so they're a bit smoother opening and clean the blades up and clean the handles up a bit. But this one has that bone just with a kind of generic shield on there. This one's in pretty decent condition. It still opens fine. The next one belonged to my other grandfather. Has kind of these wood, and I don't know if this is actual brass, but kind of bolsters. This one's in a bit rougher condition. Has three blades, but for one of them, I believe it's this one, it's been sharpened so much that it doesn't close all the way anymore. So that does kind of stick out. So I don't really use any of these, but I like to have them, around the desk.
Can you
to open letters and that kind of thing.
What brand of knife is that, Ashton?
This one here?
Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't say. There's nothing on any. I'm just
There's
checking
no tang
again.
stamp?
The only tang stamp. Let's see if I can. This is the only thing that's on the tangs. I don't know if you can really see that. It just says stainless.
I see stainless.
There's some kind of a logo there. I don't know what it is, so I don't really have any information as to what this one's from. But and none of the other blades have any tang or have any stamp or anything on any of the tangs. So unfortunately, I don't have much information about this one, but this one I know is a Camillus. So, anyways, just thought that they're kind of cool, kind of a pretty special part of my collection. But
yes,
yeah. Anyways,
it's always great. It's always great to have knives that have been passed down. I have one of my grandfather's knives, and I sure cherish it.
Yeah, for sure.
We love the old ones, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I remember both my grandfathers carrying these pretty much every day. So pretty cool.
That makes them priceless.
Yeah.
All right, Terry, you had something?
Yeah, I got a couple of trade 206s. They're almost twins. I hold them up there together where you can tell the difference. You can obviously see that this one over here, I bought it at the flea market. The tip was broke off of it, and I fixed that one myself. Done a refile on it and reprofiled it and everything. And they're both trade 206 Barlows from like the mid to late 70s, somewhere around 75, 77, somewhere in there, maybe a little earlier. But this one, I mean, it's almost perfect. I mean, even the bolsters, you can feel them real good. The stamping in the bolsters is all really good. But this one, the one that had the broke tip, up in this area at the end of the bolsters and all, you can probably tell if you look, it's all worn down. This knife right here has been carried a good bit. You know, it's been used because it was, tip was broke off of it. But I like to carry these little Barlows, and I like a Barlow. It's not my favorite knife for work carry because it's only a 3-finger knife for me, so it's not the best for me to carry to work. But I do. It's like a canoe. I like carrying them on the weekend a lot. It's light used and light carry. And that's kind of where I'm at on the Barlows. It's kind of the same way as I am with the canoes. I think I want to kind of move on and collect some more of these nicer ones. I've got several. I don't know. I've made 10 or 12 or something like that. Most of them are newer stuff, but I got those too. And then I've got an older Cutmaster from the 50s. And it's a real nice knife. It's not been abused or anything. It don't have the best pull and snap on it, but it's still a real nice knife. And I have a USA tree brand Boker too, Barlow. It's pretty well used. But I'm kind of by them out there and the canoes. I like collecting them and owning them. But it's not an everyday carry for me. I like a little bit bigger knife for an everyday carry, like a full-size stockman, or at least a medium stockman. So a full-size stockman or a full-size, a full-size jackknife,
right.
something like that right there. But that's a 1989 case Copperhead.
Yeah.
Nice shot there.
Yeah, I brought a couple Copperheads out too, because that's a pattern I like to collect, and I have one of each of them, which is I brought a case and a Rough Rider because they're similar but they're different. So we'll start with the Rough Rider. This is one of my wife's favorite knives that I have because she loves the color of that blue bone that they put on there, and it's got the nice bomb shield. And of course, this is one of the older ones with the R on the bolster and stuff. But they're called Copperheads because of this bolster coming up over the top of the tang, and so it kind of looks like a snake head. But this is what Rough Rider has: is they give you this one taller clip point, which is a really nice blade, and then they give you this secondary Skinner blade or Turkish clip, if you want to call it that. So that's nice because it is similar to a trapper in that you're getting 2 full-size blades. That's one of the things that I like about the Rough Rider Copperheads. Here is a case Copperhead, and this is in the CV steel. And so you get and these all have half stop on those. So you get a really nice clip blade there, and then they give you a really handy full-size pen blade, which I really like this style too because it gives you a very usable secondary. But as you see in the channel, there's actually enough room that they could have put a full-size blade in there. So it's just depends on what you like to carry. If you like to carry, full-size blades with you, and so this makes a great thing. They're about the same size. I believe the case might be just a little bit bigger. Yeah, it is. But they're fantastic knives. And I really, at first, because these were the first Copperheads I had when they brought this out as the vault pattern, I started getting these. And at first, I didn't prefer these, but now I actually do prefer the case over the Rough Rider. But I still collect both as I can get them. The case Copperheads are getting fewer and far between, but then you do get also one that is the copper lock. So you have that same nice Copperhead type bolster, so it hides the tang. This one has the Warncliffe blade, but this is
Nice.
in the carbon steel. But this is the American Workman series, and just a fantastic knife. So definitely copper locks are something that I need to collect more in the future, although they are a single blade knife. But another great pattern that just fantastic. Can't recommend these enough. And I'll quit hogging the show. I'll let you guys go. I don't want to do everything.
Yeah, I'm really digging on the Copperhead stuff. And now, Kaylin, you might can help me understand this because I'd never heard it before, and I know that this is that different shape Copperhead with that upswept. But I heard a guy just a couple of days ago refer to this as the German Copperhead pattern. And I know you know a whole lot more about the German knives. Is that something that you know about or you've heard?
I have not heard that. I'm sorry.
Well, like if you look,
not to say that it's not true.
Hen and Rooster and some of them, that's the way their Copperheads are made. It's like these, like a Rough Rider.
Interesting.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, it might be something to that.
I had not heard that either.
Well, I had never heard it till just a couple of days ago, and I was listening to a conversation between a couple of guys on a video, and that's what he was doing. He was showing a Hen and Rooster, and all, and he was referring to it as a German Copperhead.
Interesting.
Huh. Yeah, Joe from Messer HQ said he never heard of it, and he's over there in Germany, so he was
I had never heard it either. That's the reason I was asking, because it is considerably different than a case Copperhead, and I'm digging on both styles.
Yeah, me too.
I like the upswept on these also. This is the only one of these that I have gotten like this. It's a little, like the Queen Copperhead. It's kind of got that upswept, like that. So I'm digging on both styles, and then I actually have another Copperhead from Sharp's Cutlery, which is a Frost brand, but it's a Copperhead. And it's a 2-blade Copperhead. Got the clip blade right here, and then it's actually a copper lock. You have to depress the secondary blade for it to go in, and then the secondary blade is a Warncliffe. This is a cheap knife, but it is a well-built knife. Beats all I ever seen of how well-built they are. It's amazing.
That is
it's really
cool.
nice.
I love that pattern. It's one of the first patterns that when I first started getting into traditional knives, I had not known of the Copperhead before. So the first 2 knives I bought that were actually slip joint knives that kind of got me into this after I found some old ones that I actually had. When I discovered SMKW and I went to Rough Rider, the first 2 I got was a Canoe and a Copperhead, and I still buy both of them to this day. And I really like both patterns. I don't carry canoes as often, but I love the Canoe pattern, and the Copperhead was like a new love. And then when Case came out the very next year with the vault pattern, I was so excited. and had to start getting those. And yeah, I still love them both. Don't carry them as much as I used to. I kind of have gravitated towards the trapper, which that was another thing, Ashton, that I was. I see you, Cal. So don't worry, I'll get to you. But just a quick sidebar on trappers was, somebody made a comment to me and said, you really have a lot of trappers. And I was like, I don't think I have a lot of trappers. And I looked at my collection. I was like, dang, I got a lot of trappers. So sometimes they sneak up on you, because people would ask me, what do you collect? And I'd say, oh, I collect copperheads and canoes, but I was also buying a lot of trappers in there too. So then I started really carrying trappers a lot. And I still gravitate back and forth. Most days you're going to catch me with a trapper in my pocket, a full-size trapper. Sometimes the large stock one from Case, but I go back and forth, and then I'll carry a modern every once in a while. I really kind of stopped carrying moderns. I was because I like knives of all types. To me, it doesn't matter if it's a cool knife. I don't care what category it's in. I think it's a cool knife. I'll enjoy it. So it's just, you may be the same way, you may be different, but you'll discover what your passion is, whether consciously or subconsciously. Okay.
For sure.
All right, Cal. I'll stop gassing and let you go.
I changed my mind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you might be right about that, Terry. This is a J.A. Hinkle's, and it's got the upswept in there on this copperhead. This one, I don't really know how to date these J.A. Hinkle's yet, so I haven't been able to do that. I need to do some more research on them. But this one has a really cool, come on now, clip point and a really nice skinning blade, and really, really nice blue bone with that crow's foot jigging that they were known for. So yeah, you might be onto something there with the upswept being, a German thing. I don't know. Never even took notice of that till you said that.
Well, I never had either till I was watching these two guys, and they had the conversation, and well, actually, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. And then I also have this Case mini copper lock in the amber bone. That's another thing I really noticed that I've been collecting lately is amber bone. Yeah, I guess it's one of the easier ones to collect. It seems like it's more abundant than other colors.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's true. That's a saying that I learned from Tobias Gibson. Was if you want to collect every case pattern, then you start collecting the amber bone. If you want to collect for value, then you're going for the rare ones.
I had a few others.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Oh, I'm sorry. But that's my mini copper log there, and so I was just going to show my canoe. I only got one. I plan on
the one to get. I love that one.
Yeah, my local hardware shop had all of the, or most of the amber bone patterns there that I could buy. Just it's literally across the street from my house, and they had this one as well. So, see there, they don't stamp the blades anymore. This one is just the etching, and you can barely see it. It's a 2023, but it is flawless as far as fit and finish and the snap on it, walk and talk, all of it. I probably need a little bit of oil on that pin blade there.
Yeah.
But I just had one more to show.
Sure.
And it was just one more, two more to show, if you'll allow me.
Of course.
Here's a Texas Jack in the 32 pattern.
Love that Texas Jack. I have one.
The amber bone. And this one is a 2009.
Very
And,
nice.
this was the first amber bone knife that I got, and I immediately fell in love with them. Just,
It's a nice size. Like, it's not too big. It's not too small. Yeah.
absolutely. So, like, I have the 92 Texas Jack, and it's considerably larger, but
Mhm.
I really don't mind either one. You know, smaller blades have their place, just like the larger blades. So, the last one I have is this Tony Bowes teardrop in amber bone.
Oh, nice.
And, sorry about that. This one is a 2020 model, and it has incredible snap on it. But yeah, teardrop's one of my favorite patterns.
That's
I have
pretty
quite
sweet.
a few of these, and they're really, really good knife.
Yeah,
That's
I have yet to get a teardrop pattern. But that's a really nice little one.
The
Well,
amber bone is really nice too. Really kind of classy.
It
Yeah.
is. They do a great job on it. That's one of the things that I love about case knives in particular is that depending on what you want to collect, there's so many different ways to collect them, because you can collect them by the pattern, you can collect them by the bone covers style, you can collect them by the shield, you can collect them by the dates. You know, it's just like there's so many variations of that you can go down any one of those rabbit holes, and it's a lot of fun. Tom has a really nice case collection. I see that you want to talk about it. So there you go, Tom.
There's my Copperhead. I
Nice.
primarily collect case by the shield, and that's the Ictus shield, which is Ictus is just Greek for the word fish, English word of fish, so it's the Christian symbol. So this is in the lilac, synthetic lilac, the Copperhead.
Nice.
And I also got a teardrop here. I got it out. I thought, we don't show many teardrops on here. And then what happens? That old gunslinger whips one out before me and steals my thunder. So,
Golly, I'm sorry.
there's the
You stole your
Copperhead,
thunder.
and here's my teardrop.
Oh man,
Nice.
that is nice.
I've got about, I don't know, 26 or 27 of these case knives with the Ictus shield. Some of the patterns are doubled up. Probably at least 23 or 24, individual patterns. I've got 2 complete series of the Ictus. They usually take 2 or 3 years to complete a series. So I've got the complete series in the purple curly maple wood and the smooth blue ice. And then from some of these other years, I have just a few of them.
Very nice.
So I collect primarily by the shield, that Ictus shield. A question was asked earlier in the comments about the 2024 case vault knife. They have not announced that pattern yet. It's usually not till December or January before they announce that. And I always anxiously await it because I want to know. Usually they come out with an Ictus series or an Ictus shield knife in the vault pattern. So I'm always waiting for that announcement.
Yeah, I think they usually do it right somewhere in that time. It's either right before Christmas, but
Or
it's
right after.
no later than Blade Show,
Right.
or SHOT Show rather. When SHOT Show happens in January, they'll usually between those 2 dates, to probably the week before Christmas, but before the SHOT Show is over, then they'll say what it is somewhere in that time, and they usually go down to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and they'll do an announcement video with those guys. So, TC will be there and Maury, and they'll lay out kind of what they have going on this. And they're going to have a big one this year because they're going to go over the, 5 or 6 patterns that were in the Vault series only, but now they're bringing them back into the regular line. So I'd imagine that there's going to be several knives that are going to disappear from the regular pattern. So because I'm sure they're like any other manufacturer. If you're going to make a certain run of knives or whatever, you're going to have to make room to make the other runs. So something's going to go into the vault pattern. So I don't know if they're going to announce what's leaving or whatever, but it'd be nice if they did, so you could get it before it's gone till whenever it gets released again. So
I think that's part of it. That's part of the marketing.
Yeah, of course.
People are thinking, well,
For
I
sure.
better get this pattern before they stop making it.
Exactly. Because I mean, there's a few of them that they're not going in the vault, and that's going to be trappers and stockmen, and some of those other ones. But then like this is a full size copper lock. A lot of people are saying they're having a hard time finding the full size copper locks, but they're finding the mini copper locks.
I've got 2 of the minis, I think. But
right. So it's the same kind of thing that they're gonna pick and choose what they want, but then yes, the marketing department can make them. People will definitely make a run for whatever is going to disappear. But that's it. Yeah, you better start saving your money, Baxter, and definitely save some for me too.
Yeah, I'm already saving up because I know I just go into a frenzy every year now when Case comes out with their new Ichthus knives because I can't sleep at night if I'm thinking one of those patterns I missed and I don't have the complete set. Keeps me up at night.
I can vouch for that. It gets for and we help each other try to locate them and find them and check out all the different vendors and who's got what and stuff. So I try to help them out as I can. But yeah, it's definitely it's a lot of fun though.
It is.
Nice.
All right. Anybody want to show something else? If not, I'll go.
I'll show one.
Okay.
This is from Buck. It's not a slip joint. It's a lockback, but kind of in that similar genre, in my opinion. This is, I always forget the name. I think this is the Buck 112 Select or something like that.
If only we had a Buck expert on the panel.
The Slim Select.
Slim Select. There we go. But yeah, it's got the micarta handles. One of my kind of first kind of nicer knives as far as materials and the blade steel and that kind of thing. It does come with the pocket clip, kind of the classic, like the big pocket clip with the big kind of anvil logo stamped in, which I was never a fan of, so I took it off. And I've been carrying this in a leather slip from Rough Rider that I bought a while ago, and this fits in there pretty nicely. So just been carrying it in the slip in my pocket. Just kind of a nice, kind of a classy, almost gentleman's style knife, in my opinion. Just has the nail nick there. Pretty long, but I've also got pretty big hands, so it fits my hand pretty good. So yeah, just a really nice one from Buck.
Ashton, what is the blade steel on that one?
This one is S30V is the blade.
Okay,
steel.
so that's the Slim Select Pro, I think.
Yeah, Slim Select Pro. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, upgraded steel.
I bought this one used actually, so I actually got it for a pretty good deal. I didn't buy it for whatever the regular price that you would buy it in store. So yeah,
I can see we're going to get along quite well, Ashton.
Perfect. Yeah, I really like this one. Kind of a nice.
In fact, if you go into your bathroom later tonight, light a candle and look in the mirror and you say Buck 3 times, Tom appears.
Good. I need your help, Ashton. They always beat me up here,
I like Buck knives. I've already, I think I
what
showed
was that
this
again?
one off earlier. I like Buck knives.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got a pretty, I don't have a ton of them, but I got quite a few and I enjoy all of them.
Once you buy one, that's your start.
Exactly.
Byron makes a very good point, Tom. One that I was thinking of addressing.
Anvil clip removal, yes, that is fine. I'm not a big pocket clip guy myself. So
I don't mind the pocket clips. It was just a bit too, I don't know, too loud for me.
I know what you're talking about.
not always
And
the best pocket clips. I will admit that.
here's my. So I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
That's
I'll
my
bring you
Slim
up
Select.
full
It's just
screen.
got the 420 HC steel, but that's some
I
people
have
have
that
thought
one
that pocket
too as
clip
well, but yeah.
was too big and gaudy.
Yeah.
So,
That's the same one that's on here.
yeah,
It's nice as far as a pocket clip. You know, it's pretty deep, but just a bit too wide and just a bit too flashy for me.
yeah. I tend to just carry my knives around loose in my pocket. Now, something like this, I went back to work. I'm wearing tactical style pants, pants with cargo pockets. So it is nice down in the cargo
Yeah.
pocket. You can clip it down in there and carry it. No one sees it.
For
So
sure.
for those purposes, I don't mind a pocket clip. But for most knives, and it doesn't, I'm so used to a slip joint. I grew up with them, even though it has a thumb stud. I'm still usually two-handed opening my knives anyway. It's just habit. So
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Oh, you're good, Byron. I don't think he took any offense to that. We were just playing around.
Not at all.
Yeah, like 1 Minute Knife Review just said, Patrick's right. If they didn't want it removed, they would not put screws on it and make it look ugly.
You can't offend me, Byron.
Yeah, his feelings have been ground out.
That's right.
Go ahead, Cal.
I have a Hen and Rooster here.
Nice.
This is a 90s model Hen and Rooster. This was my grandfather's knife. I've showed this once or twice my early videos. But it actually had the crow's foot jigging as well, as you can see there, with the Hen and Rooster shield. And it's a very, buck 110, buck 112 style knife, in my opinion. And I just love the red bone on it.
Oh yeah, that looks fantastic.
It's great, and it's definitely the smoothest operating knife I own. It almost feels like it's operating on ball bearings. It's so smooth. It's just, I'm talking butter.
Yeah.
What brand is that?
This one's a Hen and Rooster.
Oh, a Hen and Rooster. Okay.
From the 90s. Just incredible quality.
Yeah. Well, Hen and Rooster was known for making really really good build quality and really good knives. So definitely
that one owns up to it for sure.
Yeah. Yep, they're very cool. I have a couple of those, not that particular knife, but I have a couple of Hen and Rooster knives, and I'm pretty satisfied with those.
Got one more here.
Oh, yeah.
It's
sorry, I keep cutting you off too soon.
Well, I wasn't even ready. So this is another Hen and Rooster here. My father carried this one. I can't remember if I showed it on your live yet, but
I don't think so. But if you did, it's okay. It looks good to see it again.
Yeah, this one's in ram's horn, and I oil this thing as often as I can because it just seems to soak up the oil and then some. So, but he used it quite a bit. He it has the tiniest bit of blade right there. I'm gonna repair this knife, and he lost the thumb stud out of it. So, got to get another one of those and get this knife back to functioning order, and it's going to be a really good one.
I really like ram horn. I've got a couple marbles knives with the ram horn on it, and I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice. It used to have etching on the blade.
Mm-hmm.
I can barely see it, so I know y'all can't see it, but it just had the Hen and Rooster, the shield. Instead of it being here, they stamped it here, and then they put Hen and Rooster underneath it. So I don't know when this one was made, but my dad carried it, so somewhere between the 90s and the 2000s.
Cool.
That's awesome. It's always good to have family knives. That's one of the nice things. Always have something remind you of them, or just a part of that family history.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's really cool. You ready, Terry?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to help give Tom a delightful surprise there. There's round horn.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I know you got a large toothpick ram horn. Did you get one of the canoes, Tom?
I did. I did.
They are really nice. That ram's horn. That's the only one I got like this kind of ram's horn.
Yep.
I would like to have
That's
a couple.
really nice.
It is really nice. I probably need to drop it in and soak it for a little while so it don't dry out. Because I have never done that since I've owned it. But these are really nice little knives.
Mineral oil works wonders.
Yeah, I got a bucket out there. I've got 3-4 knives in it now. I'm always got something in there.
Yep.
But these, RJ, you was talking about is the thing about these canoes, like you say, they kind of a unsung hero, in the knife world, but they are very, very pocket friendly.
Yes, absolutely.
The way they're, you can put them in a pocket with slacks and all that. I carried a canoe for years. For years, I carried a canoe, and just kind of got out of it. The more I collected other knives, I just kind of got out of it. And but I still carry one as a secondary knife, a fair amount. But they really handy. I kind of enjoyed doing that open tag the other day that Matt had put out because it gave me a chance to get them all out. But it's one of my favorite ones right here with this acorn shield and that smooth tobacco bone. That's a pretty nice and some of the nicest bone that I think Rough Rider ever made.
Yeah, I agree.
Terry, you know about bulldog knives, don't you?
Yes, sir. I know a little bit about bulldog knives. It's a German brand. I don't know about the original history of them, but I do know that Jim Parker owned bulldog knives for several years, and then when he passed away, Jim Frost bought the rights to bulldog knives from Jim Parker's widow, and then that's when they moved them to China. But now the ones that were made in Germany are some jam up and jelly type knives. I mean, they really nice.
They're very reminiscent of the Fighting Rooster knives, in my opinion.
They are, and they may have some kinship there. You don't ever know. It's like the Zwilling and the J.A. Hinkles and some of them. They could be some kinship involved in there too that I don't know about.
Right. All right, Tom, let me put you up here.
Now, if you really want a stout pocket knife, you got to go with the Sunfish.
Yes.
And this is a marbles. Again, the plain white bone. I had bought, again, 2 or 3 of their canoes with the white bone, and they've been given away to other people. I need to order another one. But look at this Sunfish. Now, I guess the Sunfish pattern used to be very popular, like 100 years ago amongst carpenters. They were always using rope and things like that. So they'd always use these for cutting, good for cutting rope. But it's, kind of like a canoe in that it has dual spear blades, if you will. But instead of the canoe shape, it's equal-ended. But this is a heavy knife. And RJ, don't you have one in blue?
I do. I have the Blue Mule series
Blue Mule.
Rough Rider, and that's in the blue G10 covers.
Yeah. That is a knife.
Yes.
It's heavy.
Yes.
But if
they're very cool.
If you really got some, doing a lot of like cutting of rope and things like that, this is the knife to have.
Yeah. Yep. And then 1 minute is talking about the elephant toe. And what's the difference between the elephant toe and the Sunfish?
The only difference I know of is Marbles calls it a sunfish, and whatever company that is calls it an elephant toe. I think it's the
I
same
thought
knife.
the elephant toe ones were more of a sleeve board pattern.
It might be. I
Bigger at
don't
one
know.
end.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but they're very similar anyway.
Yeah. So I think that might be a difference because you see them in both frame types, but and I don't know. I'm not an expert on the pattern, but that's just my best guess.
Yeah. They're very
I don't
similar.
have any in that pattern, unfortunately.
Yeah. If
Again,
you want to
This
explore,
knife was like $11 or $12. I mean,
yeah,
and it's a good knife, good fit and
cheaper
finish,
than that.
Oh yeah.
wonderful bone. Yeah. And we need the singing toad because he's got one of these, and he loves it for spreading butter and peanut butter and stuff.
I can see that. Plenty big for it.
Thank you, Thomas. You're welcome. Gave him some good information there on his bulldog knives. He said he has one with mother of pearl handles, and he didn't know much about it. So thank you, Terry, for sharing your knowledge with him.
Well, now, just remember now, when I start sharing knowledge of knives, it's like talking about blade shapes and styles. I'm going to use the word modify. Use the word modified, so I'm covered if I make a mistake. So that knowledge is modified. Do you have any of these?
Hawkbills? I do not.
This is a 2010 case Hawkbill with the black. I don't remember if that's micarta or G10. I can't remember. Some of it is hard for me to tell the difference because some of that micarta, when they polish it,
yes,
you can't tell it from G10. I think it's G10, but I bought this one brand new with 15 kW back in 2011. It's a 2010 model, and y'all see right there, got a little tip on it right there. I had to kind of round it off. When I was still just an everyday forklift operator, I used to carry this knife most every day to jump off, pop that thing open, cut seals off of trailers, and cut bands off of product and stuff like that.
right.
And somewhere along the line, I kind of knocked the tip off of it, but I just ground it a little bit. It still works just fine. It's a true sharp stainless, but it's got that brushed grind on it, instead of a mirror polish.
Right.
And I don't know about y'all, but y'all tell me what y'all think about it. To me, the case knives that have the brushed finish on them, to me, seem to have a better grind and hold an edge better than the mirror polished stainless steel. Y'all in the comments got any comments about that? I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on that. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but to me, they do.
That very well may be. I don't think I have any that have the grind type polish. One of the things I do know about the G10 and the micarta handles on there is Case doesn't make it easy either because both of those have a 10. So the 10 in the pattern telling what the cover material is, and 10 can be micarta or it could be G10. And so that makes it confusing too, because help us out, make one an 11 or something.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct. Right, because G10, micarta, Rich Light, all of them use the 10.
Right. Exactly. It's like it'd be nice if they were if it was a slightly different number or something, but
0.5, 0.8 or something.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
Well, I just was looking through stuff, looking for something else, and I come across this. I don't know if I've ever shown this one or not, but this is
I don't think so.
A toothpick by Ideal, and it's from probably the 50s or 60s. And, they were a budget line of knives that come in red and blue synthetic covers like this. Got the bow tie shield on it. This was just your basic knife.
What was the
Made-
brand again?
Ideal.
Ideal.
Yep.
Tom,
And they were a budget line of knives.
Oh yeah. Okay.
were they their own company or a subsidiary? I never heard of them.
As far as I don't know. I don't know the whole company history. I better not answer. But I think Ideal made like tools and things like that. So
yeah,
they
I was
were
wondering if because Ideal makes a lot of electrician tools and stuff. I don't know if
right.
it's related to the knife company or not, but
So whether they manufactured these themselves or they contracted them, I don't know. But
yeah, it could be like how Klein makes knives for their
Yeah.
electrician tools, but they contract the knives out.
and as far as hawk bills, the only real hawk bill I have, like Terry showed, was Klein, but it's not a sway back. But yeah. So here's just kind of one of those old vintage. You can see by the rivets in there. I mean, very inexpensive construction, made it very affordable for the working man.
Has the saber grind on the other side. Is that right? Has that got the saber grind there? Or is that just a big wedge on one side?
Just a swedge on one side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, pretty cool old knife though.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Zen agrees with you, Terry. He said he doesn't know if there's anything to the grind, but he feels the same way.
So,
All right, Cal, you got a hawk bill as well?
I do have a hawk bill. It's not a case, but it is a Western that I picked up at the flea market. And the only thing that was wrong with it had a little crack there that goes all the way to the pin, but it doesn't go through to the other side. So I've been debating on whether I want to rehandle it or not. It's got the Delrin or the plastic handles that they did back in those days.
Right.
And but what I really like about it is how the handle is tapered. It's real fat up here, and then it gets down to a skinnier. I don't think they ever used it. It don't look like it's been sharpened at all. It is Western USA there, and on the back it says 854C. So, and it's definitely patinaing. So I guess the C means carbon potentially. It is the liner lock, and just a really cool knife. I love the sway back and the hawk bill design. It goes really well together, in my opinion.
That is cool. I just remembered I do have a hawk bill, but it's a hawk bill electrician's knife, but I don't have it handy. I could go get it.
RJ, I was just digging mine out.
Were you? Very nice. Yep. Oh, Cal, I did it to you again. Sorry. But let me answer Thomas real quick. He's talking about the Legul knives, or I don't know if that's how you say it or not. I don't have one.
I don't.
But I was thinking about getting one myself because it is interesting, and I think they are kind of cool. There's a place on the internet called knivesoffrance.com, and they have them and a bunch of other French brands of knives. So that's a place to look for them. I don't know about their prices, but I thought they were kind of cool. But it's just something to get some knives from France and Germany and Italy and all that stuff is always a cool thing to do. All right, go ahead, Cal. We'll let you finish showing what you're going to show.
Yeah, I just had one full-size toothpick that I wanted to show. It's the only one I got. This is a Fighting Rooster in smooth bone. I guess it's like a cream color almost. It's the same smooth bone as these Whittlers that I showed last time. And it has a really, really nice clip point there. The Fighting Rooster etching. And
yeah, that's cool.
Is that it's almost like a some kind of corn or something coming up out of the, I don't know, what do you call that shield? Like,
That's usually a bomb shield. Some people call it the flying squirrel. It's got a couple of different names to it.
I'm gonna call it the corn cob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey! Is that a slight towards Iowa? Is that? Are you picking on me, Keelan?
No, not at all. No, sir. But I only had 2 in the smooth bone, so this one came across my path, so I picked this one up as well. And I didn't realize how it's actually a really heavy, well-made knife. I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy and thick, but it's just a very well-made knife and perfect weight for the size, in my opinion. It needs a little bit of weight to it when you're that big, you know.
Very cool. I'll be right there, Tom.
Okay. So there's my hawkbill electrician's knife. And this is the brand on it is Holub out of Sycamore, Illinois. And they were an electrical, or are, I think they're still in business, electrical supply company. So I'm assuming they, contracted this knife to be made. It has no shield on it, but if it did have one, I'd call it the Longhorn. So, touche. Anyway, so yeah, it's typically the TL29 style of knife. Comes with a big spear point blade on it. So, but I think the hawkbill, I think it's good for when you're cutting down the coating on the wires and that, stripping the wires back. Absolutely. Is why they probably put a hawkbill on here.
Very precise cut on stuff like that.
Yep. And of course, it has the screwdriver blade also.
Oh yeah.
Typical. Yeah.
I actually had a Holum electrician's knife. My father became an electrician, and I gave him and his master electrician. I had a Camelot and a Holum, and I gave them each one. So.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Very good.
Or I would show them. I don't have them anymore.
Don't have them. Yep. Well, they're in good hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It's the thought that counts. Yeah. There you go. We know it was there. It was in good spirit. Yeah. They're talking about the Antonini knives out of Italy, which is kind of like an open L, but it's like instead of that ring lock, they're kind of a bolt action. That turns to lock the blade out and stuff. Otherwise, it's got the wood handle and stuff like that. But very cool knives, the old bear knives. But they are known to be pretty nice. That's another one that I'd like to get a hold of and haven't done so yet. But they're a someday knife. That's it. Ring lock with a lever, like Jerome says. That's they're kind of cool.
I've never heard of that before. That sounds cool.
Oh yeah. It's because you already have the open L.
We've got the regular.
Right. So that would be the next one that in that style.
Sweet.
And Jeff Jackson says he has 2 or 3 of the fixed blade versions of the electrician hawkbill. I have one that's a fixed blade buck that if I ever get to digging around in the garage, it's somewhere long and lost in a box somewhere out there. But you know how it is. Most people have kind of a black hole in their garage. It's like, I remember the knife, have no idea where it is. I know it's out there somewhere because I didn't throw it out. So,
well, I know that like the hawkbill, like a fixed blade version, carpet layers and those other kinds of flooring. That was the knife style they had, so they could cut really good with it.
Well, I was the same way as Terry. That was a knife I had when I worked in a warehouse, and that was for opening up pallets and cutting those bands and straps and all that other stuff that they had on there. I would take care of that, unless it was a metal strap, in which case, we had one of those tin snips that we would, bust those open with. But yeah, cutting through all that plastic and stuff that they wrap all the stuff in and opening up boxes and everything. That was just it was a perfect knife. And just like Terry said, when you're working every day where you're doing a lot of cutting and using a knife and stuff, a fixed blade is just like so much more efficient to, pull it out, do what your cutting is going to do, put it back, and you're just set. There's no
definitely for
manipulation.
sure. I'm hooked on it. I'm hooked on it.
Yeah.
And to me, that sweet spot, that 6.5 to 7.5 inch,
Right.
it's not too cumbersome on your hip,
Right.
and it's it's easy to get to, and it just works for me.
If you look at that combination of about a 4-inch handle and a 3-inch blade,
Yes.
every single knife maker all around the world, you're going to find that. And I think that's because that is the absolute sweet spot for an everyday carry knife.
Yes.
It's a fixed blade. I mean, that otherwise they wouldn't make them, but it's just one of those patterns that's so great. I guess you have an example of one there, Cal. And that's
I
a beautiful
do.
knife.
Yeah, I was up at the stock show here in Fort Worth, Texas, a few years ago, and a knife maker had these for display, and so I picked one up, and it came with a leather sheath. I can't access right now, and it also had the smooth bone, clean color. It's not really white, it's got some coloration to it, but yeah, whenever before I did that, this was my main carry, and I carried this every day, and I still plan on going back to it, obviously, once I get this handle repaired, but I haven't had a chance to do that. I've got other things on my plate right now, so once I get it back in working order, I'll go back to carrying this as well. It's a fantastic size, like Terry said.
Yep. I hear
I'm
you.
done. No more knives this time.
Okay. I'm just old and slow. I'm just
You
old and
said it,
slow.
I didn't.
And my computer is too. Sometimes there's a delay on my side, but it's usually the operator. Go ahead, Terry.
I only brought this one in here. Of course, it's a much bigger knife. I keep a large, fixed blade in my truck. I keep one in Sweet Pea's car. You never know what you might need. It could be for
zombies out there.
for anything. And this is a Sharp's cutlery, and that is, if y'all ever look for Sharp's cutlery and look at some of their knives, they are absolutely make some beautiful knives. Very inexpensive, very well made. This knife has a hollow grind. It'll shave you. It'll cut paper. Very useful. Certainly not EDC. Not for me. It might be an EDC for Mick Dundee, but not for me. I'll put it back and you can see the whole thing.
Yeah. That's a little large for an everyday carry.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just of the adage that everybody ought to have one, in the side pocket of the door inside their truck for whatever you might need. Whether it be like just I don't know, cutting limbs off. Maybe you're going down a dirt road or something other, and a tree fell or leaning over, and you need to chop a little small limb, or maybe you need to whoop up on somebody. Who knows? I don't know. I just like having one.
There you go. You like having options. That's what I call it. You like having options.
There you go, options.
Yeah. You just want to be able to have a choice, so you can go, what's the best tool for this job that I'm about to do?
There you go.
All right. Tom's got a nice option there.
I've shown this before, but here's a good option for you. This is made by Dispatch Knives. I don't know what they're costing these days. They were around $40, but I got it on a discount. Very nice scales or handles here, G10. Very nice brass rivets there.
Almost kind of looks like a pistol grip.
It is. It's nice and slender up here at the front. It gives you a very good grip. It's a D2 tool steel.
Nice.
It's a full tang, nice and thick.
That
But
is very
I think
thick.
this might be a nice option if you like to carry a fixed blade, a small fixed blade. It almost looks like a miniature Nessmuck style blade to it. And it comes in a plain leather sheath. There's nothing fancy about it, but it's a good quality sheath. It'll do the job. So just thought I'd throw that out there for anyone that likes a small fixed blade. I like it because I haven't carried it, but it seems like it'd be good because it is good thick blade stock on it.
And that one's in D2?
It's in D2, yes.
Yeah.
So it should keep a good edge, especially
Yeah.
for cutting cardboard and such. It looks like it has like a full flat grind here. So it should be a very good slicer.
Looks like a really nice modified spade blade there.
Yeah, there you go. or miniature Nessmuck.
There you go. Very much so.
I got one if no one else does.
Sure, I'll let you go up.
This is a little bit bigger than the one I just showed. It might be about the same. No, it's definitely bigger. My wife picked this up for me in New Mexico. I didn't really know anything about it. She said she bought it from some ladies on a reservation, and they were putting the handles on it there in front of her. And it's just really incredible. And that's real turquoise. I mean, it's very cold to the touch, and all kinds of stone inlay, and it is also full tang. And the guard on it is also one piece with the tang there. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Unless they ground those, sanded those lines out and polished it that well. But I mean, I can't see any lines at all.
That's sweet.
So yeah, just a really cool drop point.
That's really nice.
Yeah, fits really good in the hand. And
Yeah.
really cool. Really appreciated it. And one more of the smaller size. I think I might have showed this one last time, but I really like carrying this one as well. This one I don't really mind banging around and dinging around, dropping it or whatever. It's got the G10 scale. It's very, very durable with the Damascus blade drop point. And just a really, really capable knife.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
I can see already that I'm going to have to revisit my bird and trout collection, because those are fixed blade size that I really like to collect also, because they're just so handy.
Absolutely.
Oh, and of course Tom's got his specialized one. Did you want to go, Tom, or do you want to go, Terry? Which one?
Well, go ahead and let Terry go.
So I'm
Okay.
good. I just got this one little bird and trap.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I always do that backwards. I do it backwards every time. Of course, you can tell when I'm gonna wrap my hand around it. When I wrap my hand around it, you can tell it's a show enough bird and trout. It's just I call it dinky, but I absolutely love this
I
knife.
know, aren't they just so cool?
I like bird and trouts.
Yes, I'm really digging on bird and trout. It's a little too dainty for my everyday use, but I do like carrying it like on the weekend and stuff. And sometimes I'll have it laying around in there on my table, and
Yeah.
if I'm eating, cutting a piece of meat or something like that. I love them. I know that Queen and some of the others. I think even Barron Sons. I got to look. I think Barron Sons make one of these USA made, and I want to see about getting one of those. But I really like them. I like the way it's full tang. It's full tang knife, goes all the way down, and then the poured pommel, kind of like the case knives do. Very, very, as Kaylin said, very capable knife for small work. I like them.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go see what you had, Tom.
I'm new to bird and trout. I really like those.
Oh, yeah,
they're nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So another option for a small fixed blade is this K-Bar TDI. Now it's built for self-defense, basically, close quarter combat. It's got a pistol grip on it. Let me get around here. Well, it fits in your hand just like a pistol. And so, for self-defense, you can just punch with it. That's what it was designed for. But comes in a nice little belt sheath here.
Ouch.
And it's got a nice drop point blade to it. And yeah, it would be a good EDC knife too. And it's small.
Yeah.
Small, lightweight.
Nice.
So that's just an option. Even though, it's built for one purpose, doesn't mean it can't be used for EDC also.
Right.
So to me, it's a double purpose knife.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
Just
for
another
sure.
little option for you. And I tell you what, you get with that grip there, it just fits right in your hand. Your knuckle is right up here. Nobody's getting this knife away from you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The boxes are trembling.
Well, the thing about that knife right there is, Tom, is that actually be a good knife for a warehouse worker too.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that type of be a good hard use knife.
Well, and it's designed the sheath or holster actually is what I think they call it. It's designed so you got this like little jimping up here. You pull it there. You've got a rocket back out of the case, just like you would a pistol. So, but when it's in there, somebody that's in front of you, if they see it on your belt and they try to pull it out this way, the knife won't come out. So it's got to be a natural action backwards.
Interesting.
So they can't take it.
Right?
That's a K-Bar called TDI, and they have several different versions. They make them. There's one size bigger than this even, and one size smaller than this.
And that's still in production.
This is still in production as far as I know.
I see those on Amazon, I think, all the time too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Like pretty readily available.
just another option. Would you like to see some bird and trout knives? Because I know RJ and I have got some.
Absolutely.
Someone
I
go
didn't
next, and I'll
grab any out, but if you
I'll
wanna,
grab some while someone else is talking.
Sure, I'll talk about something I do have. Something that I've been collecting lately, and I know Terry will like this, and we'll just talk about some cockums.
Hey, Ashton, don't be afraid to jump in there, Ashton.
Okay, I've got a few here I'll talk about after.
Okay. Yeah, so the 75 pattern case is one that I've really liked, and something that's been relatively new for me. Just started grabbing these this year. So you get that nice large clip point. And the blade that I think is really awesome on these is this nice tall sheep's foot blade.
Nice.
Very
And
nice.
then you have the nice spay blade that I think that's just an awesome blade as well. Good size. And these just fit your hand perfect, at least for me. I think it's a very handy knife. Now I got this one as a worker. The first one I actually picked up was this one in the Crimson Peach Seed jig, which I think just is an absolutely gorgeous.
That color is amazing.
Knife. Yeah, the colors on these are great. And I love looking at it from this angle, seeing how the die took on that scale. It's just really, really nice.
You said crimson on that one?
Yeah, crimson peach seed jig.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's nice.
and then another one that I just started getting into is that 47 pattern.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I picked up one of these as a worker. This one is in carbon steel, the yellow Delrin handle. You get the nice, taller blade there for your clip point, a nice long sheep's foot. And then I think probably the nicest spay blade on a Stockman is this one, because I love all the belly on that blade. This is just a fantastic blade shape. And of course, the pretty one I have is that the Tractor Supply one. This is their olive green peach seed jig.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the colors on this also. I think that came out really good. And again, just the variation in the bone is just fantastic. But Case does the bone covers, I think, probably the best in the business, in my opinion.
I wish they would come back with that darker green color that was real prevalent in the 80s.
Yeah.
I will show one, but I want Ashton to get in there.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
You guys are showing some fixed blades, so I've got a few here.
Sure.
This is one of my favorite ones. I think this is kind of meant to be a bird and trout, but really good for EDC. This is from CRKT. This is a really nice, super slim. Yeah, this is a super slim little fixed blade. Just has a simple, as I drop it, plastic sheath. Just a really good size. I just really like this one. Super slim. Comes with this lanyard. I just kept it on, but pretty good. Pretty small, but I can just slip this in my pocket and it doesn't take up hardly any space. So that one I really like. And then I've got this one as well. I forget who it was. Someone had said, "Oh, it's kind of like a mini Nessmuck." This one is actually has a Nessmuck blade shape, which is pretty.
Is that
cool.
the Leduc?
No, this one is. I forget the name of it. It's from a brand called QSP.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the.
It's kind of like that one. I know exactly which one you're talking about, but pretty nice for kind of everyday carry as well. Has these kind of finger grooves, which aren't for everyone, but for me, fits pretty good. And then your pinky kind of just rests on the back, which is kind of interesting, kind of a different way to grip a knife from what I've experienced before. But
they thought of 4 fingers with a 3-finger knife.
Yeah, so it's like technically your 4th finger fits on there, but also not really. So anyway, it's kind of weird, but still pretty comfortable to grip. Still has that same kind of plastic, or I guess it's probably called Kydex sheath or cover. Yeah, and then this one's kind of similar to that K-bar as well. This one's from Smith & Wesson, I think, or Smith's. Yeah, Smith & Wesson. Another kind of one of those like tactical style, kind of hawkbill style knife. I bought this in a set. The other one I forget was another. I think it was like a dagger shaped blade. Don't know where that one went off to, but this one's kind of cool too. Anyways, just a few I thought I would show off. As you guys were talking, I grabbed a few fixed blades. I don't have very many. This is pretty much all the ones that I do have, but yeah, some of the ones I like to use quite regularly.
The third one kind of has a karambit style blade there.
Yeah, this one, yeah, karambit. I guess that's the word I was looking for. Kind of a karambit, but it's pretty small. Has kind of those finger grooves as well, similar to the other one, but definitely like a tactical kind of knife. I don't really use it for that ever, but yeah, kind of cool though. Unique shape. Cool. Yeah. That's it.
All righty. All right. Here you go, Tom. I'll let you.
Okay, I got about, I guess, 4 of the traditional, what you would call bird and trout knives. This one's by Baron Son. It's stag handles.
That's the one.
Very nice knife. And comes in that sheath there. Pretty nice sheath. I think they're running around $50 or $60 now. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Of course, all the knife prices have gone up. So
Yeah.
and then you got one by Queen. That's got the winter bottom bone on it.
Oh yeah.
And
Nice.
RJ, you have this one too, don't you?
Yes, sir. I do.
Yeah, RJ's got one of these. Yeah, RJ and I share a love for these bird and trout knives. And then here's one by Marbles, and it's the stacked leather.
Ooh, I like that one.
It comes in this sheath here. Not the best sheath, but it, it'll do the job. Of course, I think the Marbles is probably the cheapest of all of these I'm showing. The Baron Son, I think I paid $40 for or so on sale. The Queen was $20 or $25. I think this was $12 or $13 maybe.
Oh wow.
And then Rough Rider has one here.
Yep. That's the stag handle version.
This is a stag handled version too.
I have that one as well.
And do you remember
What
what
does
these
that one go
cost?
to?
Do you remember what these cost?
I believe when I bought mine, I believe it was right around $19 or $20.
Yeah, I think now prices have gone up, so
Yeah.
but still probably $25 or less.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
And then there's the sheath for it. Now on my sheath, the snap is a little bit too loose, so it doesn't stick down in here too good. Kind of wobbles a little bit.
Yeah.
But and then I do have one that would be kind of a non-traditional bird and trout. That's by CRKT, one of the Mossback series.
Nice.
But it's a nice little knife too. But it comes in this nylon sheath, and I don't care for this sheath too well. I don't like that big billboarding there.
Yeah.
I mean, it serves its purpose. It'll work. I don't think these are in production anymore, but I think you can still find them.
Yeah, they're not in production anymore.
I don't think they
I
are.
was looking for them. And if only we knew somebody that was like a good leather worker or something.
Yeah, if only, right? Because while you're on that, this is not a bird and trout, it's a caper. And I got this as a 2-knife set, and it was on clearance at Walmart a few years back. So I got this and a big boning knife as a set for, it was less than $8 on clearance.
Wow.
Nice.
But that's a caper.
Nice.
And it is a nice knife. Look how thin it is.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I want to start carrying this, like for a daily EDC, because you got your full-size handle, but you've got your small blade to it.
Mm.
Right.
It's got jimping. I just didn't like this sheath. Again, if only I knew somebody that could make a sheath for it.
Exactly.
But that is this. I just love this knife. It's nice and thin and lightweight.
Yeah.
What a nice little fixed blade.
Yeah, definitely looks like it'd be very handy.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerome echoes it, if only.
If only. That's right, Jerome.
We're looking at you, John and Randy and a couple others. All right.
Oh, what about your 102? Ah.
Yep, the king of the bird and trout knives, in my opinion.
Do we have time for me to break them out?
Yeah, go get it.
Go ahead. I'll put
Go ahead, Kalen. Someone else go, and I'll get them broke out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show a couple of my new case knives that I picked up this week.
Sweet.
The 1971 dark red bone 92 pattern. RJ's Crimson Red 75 reminded me of it, and it is just incredible. I picked this up off of eBay, and I got in contact with the seller after I purchased it, and I ended up finding out that his father had passed away, and this was his father's knife. And so I offered to give a little mention, and I plan on doing a video tomorrow on this knife, where I'm going to just honor him a little bit and
Nice.
give him a shout out and stuff like that. So that one was really cool for me to be able to, interact with somebody that I bought a knife from that I don't know. And
That's cool.
That's really cool.
here's my 75. I know I've shown it before, but I'll show it every chance I get. It's a 65 through 69, 75 pattern, new old stock. It's really, really nice. And my favorite knife as far as Stockman's go. And I also picked up a 47 pattern this week. This is a 1980 in chestnut bone, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, brown or chestnut bone. And
Nice color.
yeah, you gotta love the 47 pattern. I was not aware of the 47 pattern until I heard about it from Terry. So thank you, Terry. These are great patterns.
Yeah, I agree.
One last one here. The only crimson knife I have is this way back Jack with the saw cut crimson. And I want to say GR Knives and Outdoors has this. Maybe. I can't remember. I know somebody else has one just like this. And I thought that was really cool. But it has the worn, and it has the pin blade. It's a really cool pattern.
Yeah. That's
Great
way
color.
back.
It even has a little bit of blue right here. I don't know where that came from, but it
The
looks
next
cool.
tank over.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. So.
Yeah, I do too. I have some of that on the crimson knife. You can see it more in the video I did on it, but yeah, it also had a couple of like bluish colors in there too.
Okay, so it's not just mine.
No, it has some white patches. It has some blue and stuff, and it's just, I think, just such a really cool part of the whole knife.
Yeah.
All right, I see you've got something there, Terry, and then we'll go back to you, Tom.
Well, Kalen made me mad. You and him both broke out of 75. So yeah, I can't let that go. I can't let that go. So
yeah, can't go unchallenged.
This is my newest 75, the event knife from the Case event tour. Which I done a Stockman Stampede on it Saturday, but if anybody didn't see that, go to my channel and look at this week Stockman Stampede, and this green apple bone is, I'm telling you, I'm getting where I am really, really digging on Case's smooth bone.
Yeah,
that green apple is sure enough. It's cool as grits, but it's something else. Okay, Tom, I won't take up your time. They just provoked me showing them 75.
Hey, every chance you can.
Well, we provoke you in a good way. We make you show some cool knives. All right, Tom, go ahead. Tommy, you're muted. Can't hear you.
Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, any chance I can, I'll show these. And I agree with you, Terry, that green apple. Mrs. Knife Delight's got me that in the Half Congress, and it is gorgeous bone. But anyway, this is one of the old 102s. I can't remember the year, but it's only the 2-line, and it's inverted tang stamp. I think it was early 70s, if I remember right, somewhere in there. So that's one of the older ones.
That's cool.
And it's got the old pistol flap type sheath to it.
Yep.
Of course, Buck always stamped the model number then in the back.
Oh, there
So
you go.
that's the oldest one I have. Let me see. The first one I bought was this one. And it's got the Cocobolo handle to it and the
Nice.
brass pommel and guard.
That's a sweet knife. Right?
That's really nice.
And this was made in the 90s. It does have the newer style sheath to it, the wraparound. But what's interesting, it has the old Buck logo from the 90s on there.
Oh, that's cool.
The triangle with the mountains in it.
Nice.
So, yeah, this was the very first one I bought. And this kind of got me hooked on Buck knives. This is one of them. And what kind of got me hooked on the 102? They did come out recently. This one is in, what is this, S35 VN with the micarta. They call it green micarta, but it shows up as brown.
Very nice.
So
Wow.
upgraded steel on it.
Oh, yeah, I like that micarta. That's nice. Have you oiled that one?
Yeah, Yep.
Very nice. Yeah,
I keep them oiled down.
very nice.
And what's the next one here? This one is another Cocobolo. And this is in the D2. And this is what's interesting about natural materials, because look at the difference in the Cocobolo.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what's
really
nice
nice.
about natural materials. Every knife is unique,
Yeah.
you know? And again, this one is in D2, and this was a gift from the Kirby Creek outfit. And there is a wonderful channel. If you want to see somebody that really can use a knife, Kirby Creek outfit. He makes wonderful videos. Yeah, you need to check him out. The Kirby Creek outfit.
Awesome gift.
Thank you for this gift. And the last one I have here is, this one's in the red micarta. And this is, what is this one in? This is S30V.
Very nice.
Oh. The Buck has been upgrading their steels. But yeah, I just love the 102.
Really nice.
Yep, I agree. To me, when I first got my very first 102, I told Tom, you know, that in my opinion, that's like the king of the bird and trout knives. It's a little bit bigger than most of your bird and trouts, because a lot like the Rough Riders and stuff are kind of on the smaller side. But the 102 is a very usable knife, because the handle is the right size, the blade is, you know, the right size, not too big, not too small. It just hits that real sweet spot. It's a full tang knife. It doesn't look like it, but what they do is it's kind of like a forked tang that's in there, and you can see if you look really closely at the pommel, you'll see the two pins that are holding that pommel on. You know, so it's really a very cool knife. So I like them a lot.
The fin by case, that would be considered a bird and trout knife, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah, the mini fin, yeah. They call it a little fin, is what it is.
Little fin, yeah.
Those are really nice.
Oh, you know what? I do have one more. I gotta find it though. I've got that little K-bar that CB Tactical sent me, but I don't know where I have it. I'll have to look for it.
Well, if you don't see it this time, we can see it next time. You know?
What you got, Terry?
Yep, you got something, Terry? You want to show?
Oh, I thought I saw you had some. My apologies.
I'm bad about brushing my whiskers there.
Well, while Tom's looking for that, I got my labs came out. So if you hear a bunch of rustling in the background, that's them.
I just had to snap at my dog too. He's scratching himself on my bed right next to me.
Yeah, they're
I
basically
did have
they're starved for attention.
I had a tiny announcement, if you don't mind.
Sure. You want me to bring you up full screen or?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
If Zen is still with us, I wanted to let him know that I have not forgot about him and his knife that he won last weekend. I've just been incredibly busy this week, and my apologies for that. But Monday or Tuesday is when I plan on sending a couple of knives out to other people as well. So if you just bear with me till then, it'll get in the mail, I promise. But I wanted to give Baxter's Blade a little shout out, and I said on my last video, my Saturday Stockman Stampede, that I was going to announce where this 1974 was going, 6318, and it has a your standard Turkish and your standard sheep's foot, and this 6318 comes with a thin blade, which I thought was really cool. As both of my other Yellow Delrin 6318s come with a spay. But
nice.
I am sending this to Andrew over at Baxter's Blades, and I want him to have a knife in the year he was born. So here you go. I figured that out, did some math. I had a 1978 video, and you said you were 4 years old, so I can do math.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wanted you to have this, so hope you like it.
That is so cool. Awesome stuff.
Thank you.
You are epitomizing why this community is so cool.
Well,
so we did have a question. NYC Hero Live is asking, do we think that Mora is ever going to come out with a folder? Personally, I don't think so. I think they're doing great with their fixed blade line. I don't see them really moving into the folder market. I mean, they could at some point, but I think they're doing a bang up job with all the fixed blades that they have. And they have a lot of nice small blades also. One of the ones I was looking at was their electrician's knife, which is basically a full size handle, but then you have like a sheep's foot blade. And I thought that was kind of an interesting knife. And Jesse McJames says he's on the hunt for a 77 Camillus Mil K. So
here's one from Mora. I don't know, you guys might not be familiar with. This is one of my first fixed blade knives I ever got. It's just a little one. This is the Mora, I think it's called the Eldris.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I actually really like this. It's got a little kind of chubby handle, kind of an interesting grind. It's got like almost multiple grinds on there. I think it's kind of meant for like whittling and that kind of thing and carving. But just when we were talking about Mora, it just kind of reminded me of this. Just a really unique little knife from Mora. It doesn't have a belt loop or anything you can buy. I think like an accessory to add on to here. But obviously you can like attach it by a lanyard or something like that. But just kind of a cool little outdoors knife. Pretty small, but I mean I can still get full finger grip or whatever, full hand. The blade, I think it's only like 2 inches or something like that.
Right.
Just kind of a cool little one from Mora. I agree. I don't think Mora will go into folding knives. They've got their fixed blade knives down to pretty good. You really can't go wrong with the Mora, so I don't think they'll be going to folding knives, but I mean, I guess you never know. But anyways, it's kind of a cool one.
Little stubby thing, kind of the Sunfish of the fixed blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda, in a way.
Like I've got a regular Mora, and it's
I'm
pretty.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Like it's pretty small in comparison.
Yeah.
So like only the length of the handle, pretty much, of a regular
Oh
Right.
wow.
Mora companion. But anyways, kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that and the Garberg had that was the other knife that had that interesting grind, but it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Anyways,
when
that's
it
it.
came out. But yeah, they're kind of cool. And Jeroen is right. The Eldris was meant as a neck knife.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, they were kind of fun. So of course I'm gonna show a couple of trappers while Tom's looking for his K-bar, because these are some of the newer ones that I've recently collected. So I had the marbles. This is the D2 version, and so it's kind of cool. I like that it's D2, has half stops, but what a great blade that is, and just I really like it. The swedge is kind of interesting. I didn't think they needed a swedge right where the nail nick is. They would have been okay if they would have put a nail nick behind, but they did the swedge right on top, and they did the same for the spay blade, where it's part of the swedge. We get the nice full size, but I think it's kind of a cool knife just because of the blade steels, and this is in G10, and this is like a fatter. It's not quite the same size as a standard. It's actually more hand filling than your usual fare. But I really liked the Cold Steel, their version of the Trapper, and they also have a Stockman. But these are in HCR, and of course, to me, it's just cool having a traditional blade that says Cold Steel on it. I was always a fan of Cold Steel knives, still am. But yeah, they're just a great company, long history, and I think they did a fantastic job with the blue bone covers on there. All righty, I see Tom is back.
Yes, I found it.
Well, good. That's always a plus.
I sure had to look though. So there's the K-bar. I think they call this the little fin or something. I can't remember. I did a comparison of this in a 102 in a video here a few weeks back. CB Tactical sent me this. So yeah, it's a nice little knife.
That
Stack
is
leather.
Yeah.
I do like the highlighted micarta spacers there. It's highly polished. My only downside to this knife is it is made in China, which I don't have a problem with buying, knives from China. But I think it was around $55 to $60 or something.
Oh,
and
wow.
I thought that was a little pricey for a knife made in China.
Yeah.
When you can get the Bear and Son in Stag made in the USA for, well, less than this, I think it was.
Yeah.
So that was my only complaint on it. Other than that, I mean, it's a very nice knife. It's got the standard K-bar sheath to it. So I'm not knocking the knife itself. It looks to be well made.
They're
But
trading.
I just
they're trading on the brand.
Yeah, I thought the price was a little high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do. Jesse says someone made an Oleon, some in Cleveland. I do have one. It's the next size bigger than this one, I think, called the Little Hunter or something, that has the Cleveland Tang stamp on it. But this one was definitely made in China. It says China on it. Hard to see with all the glare. But yeah, it's a fine knife.
Yeah. Definitely fits into that category. Well, I think your collection of bird and trout is bigger than mine now, Tom. But of
Well,
course,
maybe
you have a
Not-
lot more 102s than I have too. So
not that we're competing.
no, of course not. It would never be like that.
You
Just,
know, I used to have more Roper Pecos knives than you did, but
you certainly did, my friend. You certainly did.
at one time I did.
At one time, that's for sure.
RJ, you're provoking me again. You got to show
Uh-oh.
him trappers. You got to show him trappers. I'm going to show my trapper. This is what I'm carrying today in my personalized sheath made by GR Knives and Outdoors. Excellent young man. Excellent little channel. He was primarily chasing the yard to check him out.
Yeah.
GR Knives and Outdoors, check him out. He's a cool guy. I got the case, Bermuda bone, Bermuda green bone.
Oh, that's sweet.
You know, I'm like RJ. I'm down with these full size trappers.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with it at all. And as far as a spade blade, especially a spade blade on a trapper, I use it, especially like for cutting meat or something like that.
Oh yeah.
They're perfect to me.
Yeah.
How would you not use that?
Exactly.
If you have qualm about a spade blade, go over to Doom Crew Outdoors channel. He
Yes.
made a whole video on spade blades and especially like on a trapper, because you can he puts them together to where you can see them both. It shows you that the tip on the spade blade and the tip on the clip blade and all that. He brings out a good point. They're very, very useful knives and blades. And I'll show just one quick mower.
Sure.
This is my Bear and Son Cardinal Red Bone Bear and Son, USA made over in Jacksonville, Alabama. This was a gift to me from my dear friend RW.
Oh, nice.
Everybody
That's
knows who RW is.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We were texting back and forth just before we went on the air, and I told him that I'd give him a call when we got off the air. He is a quality individual in my book.
I agree with that statement 100%.
Quality individual, a friend of the community for sure.
And
Yes.
he's a quality individual, and he hangs out with you.
kind of an oxymoron, ain't it, Tom?
Sorry, Terry, my man. Just had to jab you.
Look, son, you got to jab when you can. You know, I just have to bob and weave.
There you go.
I'll show one more real quick.
For sure.
This little 4-inch John Primble Stockman with the square jaws.
Yes.
One of my favorite little old knives.
That's a sweet looking little knife for sure.
It really is. It's got beautiful, and this one's got the pin blade instead of the spade. But I want you to listen. Woo! This rascal right here has got snappability for days.
Yes, sir.
Beats all I ever seen.
Nice.
Yeah. Very nice walk and talk.
Yeah.
Very
It is. It's jam up.
Yep. I like that. I like that a lot.
Next.
Yep, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, shameless plug. Go ahead, Tom.
Can I do a quick shameless plug?
Yes, sir.
I recently went over 2,000 subs, and I held kind of a giveaway and sent out a couple of prize packages for those here in the States with a U.S. address. And I said I was going to do an international giveaway. So everybody that's listening now, please look out for a video maybe tonight, tomorrow, or the next day it'll be something titled, international viewers listen in or something. But I still want to do that, a giveaway just geared for my international viewers. Well, it always sucks that you can't send knives overseas because they get confiscated all the time. I think there's some customs agents that really add to their personal collections. But I want to do that. And the way it'll be held is whoever the winner is, I won't have anything in particular to give away. I'll just correspond with that winner and we'll figure out something, whether it's something that's knife related from the States that I can buy and then send over, or if there's an in-country knife store that I can order directly from the country they're in to ship them the knife or something. So we will work out the prize at a later time. So for my international viewers, please watch for that video. Thank you. End of shameless plug.
All right. Anybody able to take a stab at Thomas's question about the small slab side hunter?
Well, I can't read it.
It says
it's
he has a
possible.
question about a case small slab side hunter. It has white bone handles. The shield says USA and number 343 on the butt cap. He's thinking it's part of a numbered set, which that is
being on the butt cap, it's more likely than the numbers on the tang generally.
Either that or it was an exclusive run of those knives, whatever they were.
Absolutely. I had one trapper.
Okay.
I forgot I had one more knife in amber bone, and it's a trapper. It's a 2002. Yeah, 2002. And this is a CV blade, which already started to take a patina there. You can kind of see. Well, that one's my fingerprint, but
Well, that'll cause a patina mark, though.
it will. Not the prettiest one, but yeah, it'll make a patina mark. But I honestly don't remember what I cut with it, but it left a mark on it, so that's pretty cool. And like I said before, the amber bone is so well by case, and it has the standard spay. Everybody knows the spay.
Yep.
And really good trapper. Answer that phone.
Yeah, gonna get it.
But I just wanted to show one more trapper since other people were. I can show another one if you like. I'll keep showing knives.
I'm back now. I got the phone call handled. We'll do that one, and then I think we're about ready to wrap this one up.
Okay. I'll make it quick.
We're going here 3 hours. Can you boys believe that?
It doesn't seem like it.
No, it don't.
The 2010 muskrat chestnut bone.
Nice.
TV. I showed this one once before on my channel, but it's definitely one of my favorite knives that I own. Really love the muskrat, and I especially love the chestnut bone. That's another color that I've been collecting. So, yeah, we'll show more on that later.
RJ?
Yes, sir.
Mike Curtis just showed up, and it's Mike. Too bad you weren't here a little bit earlier. We had a bunch of case knife questions, so check the replay. I think Mike's probably the man that can answer a lot of those questions.
Hey, Mike, I'm glad you had time to spend with your dad. So that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we did have a long show today, Randy. And I want to give Terry some time because he's going to be on Big J's show starting here soon. I wanted you to at least have some time to get ready and stop. I got all my security systems going off. Sorry, boys.
I thought they were your critics.
I think my son is coming over, and I think he may be at the door. That was another reason, but yeah. So, anyways, I want to thank all you guys for showing up. Thank you, everybody that stayed through this long show. it's been a great one. Yep, I done let the dog out, that's for sure. Or my wife did, one or the other.
How many did we wind up having, RJ?
How many dogs?
No, how many did we have in the chat today?
Oh gosh, at one time we had, I think, upwards of the mid 40s at our high
Somewhere
point.
in there.
Yep,
Yeah.
and we've only lost about half of them. Yes, sir, Mike. He said his dad is 82, and when he wants to go eat, we go eat. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wait every minute you have with your dad. I know I sure missed mine.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, yeah, thank you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up so we can give Terry a little bit of a chance to, eat something or do something between shows here. So we'll wrap this up, and hopefully you guys will catch our videos and sub to all these great channels, and we'll see you all next week here on RJ's Lives. We'll see
Nice
y'all
to meet
later.
you, Ashton.
Yeah, you too. Thanks
You
for
guys
having